Arphaen Adventures, Episode 7. And we are live. The mistake. Okay. Yeah, the mistake is not this episode. Yep. Yep. That session was one of my most favorite sessions thus far. It was so good. I know, right? Okay. Where else do I need to send this? All right, are y'all in the Twitch stream? What is this? Oh, she has to reinstall it. Okay, but she's coming. What about Sophie? Why do you have a mini harem, Michael? Why? Where did this begin? I see. I see. Very. Oh boy, indeed. Yes? Broken? How did you break it? Broke it. What do you mean break it? How do you break a link? How do you break a link? Okay. Yeah? Oh, it's there. It's still there. It's still there. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, that's fine. I'm already streaming. I'm already streaming. I am already streaming. We're just waiting. We're waiting for the Americans to get themselves together and get things sorted out. I know, right? We begin. hmm Also, yeah, I know, right? I know, right? They were playing Call of Duty when I came in. All right. Tay looks hot. Shin looks hotter. Okay. No, no, no. It's okay. It's all good. Yes, we don't have time for that. Okay. We need to put in the most amount of opportunities in this short time as we can. Okay? So we're gonna try our best to squeeze in to the point where we finally see the seer, because that's what we all been waiting for. But till then, let's try to sort out the whatever we have come from. I'm going to give a quick summary of what had happened. Everybody went to the High Temple. There were two groups, humans and non-humans. So the humans were let in pretty quickly, and the only non-humans was Willow and Atreus. Atreus was sent for ritual cleansing, and Atreus was sent for ritual cleansing, and Willow was brought in like a celebrity when they found out that she's a Hurkin blood hunter. Meanwhile, for Rever, she was guided in by the handsome and valiant Prince Aaron, who wants to figure out if they're meant for each other by the use of the seer, who will be able to basically see everything. And that is going to be a problem considering who she really is. The changeling also may be in trouble if he's caught by the seer. Alyssa and Gordon always with their couple drama. And we have Laksha and Baru who seem to be going on different paths this time. So, where we had stopped was with Willow being pulled away to go for in one group and Atreus being brought back into the temple wearing very, very short temple robes and dangerously short, but still manageable. So, so what happened is that as you guys come into the temple, all of you see each other again. And Atreus, you're approached by the same person who explained to you, who pulled you guys away and told you, okay, you're gonna go for ritual cleansing and stuff like this. This guy is in front of you, and he's saying that, are you here to seek, or are you passing? Are you here alone? And by the way, everyone can hear this conversation. So everybody's in the same area. Prince Aaron and Reva and the Dark Guardians and Alyssa and Gordon. You guys are kind of like at the outer courts, and everybody is being ushered into the temple, like the deeper parts of the temple, but you guys are still kind of caught in that area. So everyone can hear Atreus. The place is very echoey. Something about it, like how in a very large cathedral, it's very echoey. It has that same effect. So when Atreus talks, everyone can hear him. Okay. So at this point, the man steps a little closer. The temple guard steps closer to Atreus, and he kind of narrows his eyes on you, and he goes, "What is your business? Are you going to Upper Arphaen at all?" Hmm. Do you have a pass then to go to Upper Arphaen? I believe you know that you need one. Of course you can. Of course you can. He works for you. Prince Aaron at this point kind of raises a brow, but he steps back and he lets you do your thing. And he watches, and the temple guard steps forward and he looks at you and he says, "Can we see that pass then?" Hmm. Signed by the prince himself. And the temple guard looks towards Prince Aaron, and Prince Aaron just kind of nods towards him. And the temple guard looks towards you and he says, "I hope you understand, sister. I'm just doing this in all diligence, considering the recent events that had happened in Azrath. I believe if you had passed through, you would know that there was some issues regarding the tieflings. So we were asked to make sure that whoever passes here, they have the necessary work passes. So it's good to know that you're traveling safely with somebody who is not going to be in trouble. We wish you all the best in your travel, sister." Is that where are you going specifically, if I may ask? Orias. Very well then. Okay. Brother. And he looks at Prince Aaron, and Prince Aaron comes forward, and Prince Aaron looks at Atreus with the you better not say anything face. And then he looks, and then he and then he looks towards the temple god, and he kind of nods, and the temple god says, are they traveling with you, brother? And Prince Aaron says, yes. I mentioned to Brother Gaius that I'm here to have a chance to speak with the seer if he would have an audience with me. It would be the greatest honor to have a chance to hear his thoughts on perhaps the future of my marriage. And the temple guard kind of nods and looks towards Reva with like a, okay, I can connect the dots. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's, yeah. Thank you for being polite. Yep. My audio output capture is not capturing anything. Okay. All right.
For your whatchamacallit. For hear us.
Okay. Okay. How is it now, V? Okay, guys.
V, can you hear us?
Testing 1, 2,
Yeah, I think
3,
we got
Test,
4.
mic test.
1,
Yo,
2,
yo,
1,
yo.
2.
Nice,
Actually,
nice,
well,
nice. All right, Grizz
All
is
right.
in.
That means everyone.
All right,
Awesome.
yeah, it works.
Thanks, V.
Yes.
Thank you so much for telling us. If she didn't tell us, then we wouldn't have known. You see,
Super
this
awkward.
is
It would.
this would have been really weird. Shock, try saying something. V asked you to say something.
Hello.
Hi.
And
Hello.
May say something as well.
She should be able to hear everyone now at this point.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you so much, V. Awesome. Okay, so thanks to her, everything's all fixed now. So
Can you hear me? Queen?
Mm-hmm.
My queen?
McQueen? Yeah. Awesome.
I think because there's a little lag.
There's a little bit of a lag. Yeah.
Seconds.
That's why. Okay. Now she can hear everyone. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the beginning where you couldn't check. I should have double checked things. Thanks for helping us out. Okay, where were we? I was in the middle of Prince Aaron was telling the temple guard that he wants to see the seer. So, Reva, what would your reaction be when Prince Aaron keeps mentioning this?
I think I will just look away. Just try to stay calm and so that I have a problem with that.
Man, all these people are so romantic. Holy fuck.
Okay. So at that point, the temple god, he kind of looks towards Prince Aaron, towards Atreus, and towards Reva, and he kind of ushers you guys towards the inner courts, and he mentions briefly that well, perhaps it is something of destiny, and perhaps this is something that was planned by the great, because usually the seer would have been gone by now. The seer of Bethos, he would have returned to his town, but he's stuck here because of the snowstorm and the ice bears, and you all are here. So perhaps this is something that is an answer to your prayers. And Prince Aaron nods very fervently, and he says, I would believe so too. My heart is pure towards my intentions, and I hope very much that I will get the answers that I seek for. And you can hear that he's very hopeful, and he seems really excited to find out if this is going to be the next big thing for him. Yes, Sean.
Hey, buddy, when do I get my clothes?
Your clothes. Oh, and he looks at you and he sees how it's very short for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will supply you with something a little bit bigger then. But for now, we must move quickly because we all need to be in the Hall of the Patrons. It is right now when the sun is setting, and all of the light of the sunlight will be upon all of the patron statues when we will have our sunset sermon. And today they are going to explain what is the beginnings of the Festival of Lights. So please, we need to hurry. And so he's starting to walk into the inner courts. At this moment, Alyssa kind of looks towards Gordon with like a I can't believe we're in here and you better make sure that nothing's gonna go wrong kind of face. And she's still pretty jittery. And Laksha, you can feel that. You can feel that she's nervous. Very nervous. She's laughing. Okay, and Baru, anything that you'd be doing or feeling at this point? Because you heard about what he said about the sunset sermon.
Yes, I definitely want to go for the sunset sermon.
Okay. So it's on Laksha and Gordon, your move, and then we move into the inner courts.
What do you want us to do?
Whatever you want to do before we move into the inner courts.
I'm just gonna
Smoke.
Okay. You can't smoke in there. You can't smoke in there. You cannot smoke in the temple.
Wait, what?
You cannot.
Tomorrow's gonna be awful. Okay.
It is. Tomorrow's gonna feel terrible. You can't smoke in the temple unless you go into the outside.
I ain't going outside right now, no thanks.
Yeah, it's very cold.
I'm just gonna nudge Alyssa along and
Okay.
give a little lecture on my way.
Okay. So as y'all are brought in with a crowd of people towards the inner courts, you can see how big, how massive, how the ceilings are so tall. There's something about this place that feels almost as if you're underground, but the windows stretch all the way from the ceilings to the floor. So it's a really large window, and they're stained glass windows with pictures of scenes from legends. And people like Laksha and Baru, who grew up knowing these legends, they recognize them. They recognize them from the stories that they were told as children. They can see scenes of all the patrons in the different epics that were told about them. And you can smell the scent of jasmine and sulfur getting stronger and stronger as you head in deeper into the temple. The first place that you guys head to is pretty much like a square. And as you carry on in this square, you see that there are three directions, one on your right, your left, and then in front, and then the back way where you came from. So it's like a square with four directions. So as you carry on this way, the temple guide guides you guys to the left. Sorry, to the right. And when you go to the right, there's this huge door. Gordon, you will be able to realize and recognize, especially from your time with Arnok, that there is dwarven architecture written all over this place. Something about it isn't just made by humans. It's made by another race. You can see it in the way that the joints of the pillars are so close together. You can see it in the way that there's this underground cave kind of vibe about it. You recognize it. Arnok has taught you well to recognize these things. But it's not something that you want to bring up because they're considered as animals at this point in history. So you can notice that. Alyssa also notices that, and she kind of looks at you with the, "Are you seeing this?" face? Kind of like, wow, I never knew this. So when you see this door, it looks like it's made out of gold. And on it, there are the most intricate carvings, the most beautiful kind of stone and jewels, and it's amazing. It looks like the door itself is a page from a book with drawings on it. So as it opens, you see everybody, a crowd of people in a circular room. This circular room is filled with the statues of the 20 patron saints. And you can see every single one. And you can see like the guy Bolivar, with his bow and arrow. You can see Hevakel. Sorry. Sorry. You can see Hevakel with like the morning star and his like really big trident. And it just looks something about the air is very somber, very, very sullen. Everybody is really holy. Nobody really dares to say anything. And as you enter, you see everybody on the floor facing the statue of Hevakel. Seated on the floor, facing the statue of Hevakel. On one side, you have women, and on the other side, you have men. So everybody has their heads covered. And everybody is ushered. So the boys sit on one side and the girls sit on one side. So Alyssa, she leaves Gordon and she goes to sit behind with the women. And you can see that everybody is kind of waiting for something to happen. So is there anything that you guys want to do or ask before things begin?
Give me a sec.
Anything you want to see in the room? Here's your chance.
I want to see the patron of knowledge.
The patron of knowledge is there. I don't know if you can recognize it, but you'd be able, from your talisman, which has like the symbol of the patron of knowledge, you can recognize it on the statue, kind of like a badge on his shirt, so you can see that. And it looks as if it looks like a African-looking man. So from what you see, he doesn't look like an average white guy. He kind of looks like Baru, with like dark skin and curly hair. So it's quite a sight. He's the only one who's a different look from the rest of the patron saints.
I love that guy.
And he looks very studious. He's carrying a very large book. So this is a statue of a very different looking guy with a huge book. And then there's insignia of the patron of intelligence and wisdom.
Well,
so you do
I
see
didn't
it.
expect meeting you with while I'm wearing bathrobes, but fair enough, okay?
So remember that all of these are statues, and they are pretty much the idols in the temple. They're icons. They're considered very, very holy, because these things have been here since like the beginning of the temple. So you can see how people
Sorry,
are.
just to double check. We're here for the sermon, right?
You're here for the sermon. That's right. So I'm
That's
just
what everybody's sitting down.
everybody's sitting down and waiting for that.
Okay.
So, is there anything else y'all want to see? Or any other questions about the room? Here's your chance to ask anything you want before the sermon starts.
Is the
So
patron
which-
of order here?
Yeah, every patron is here. Every single
Okay.
patron, all 20 patrons are here. So you can
Hey, look.
see it. You can see them.
It's a patron. Probably. I'm guessing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Might not be. Wait.
Can I tell which one is mine?
You can't.
Can I tell?
No.
I can't.
No.
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 Okay.
But
Patron.
do you have a talisman?
I got the one of death. Remember?
That's right. So if you have the talisman, you will be able to recognize that only because of the talisman that is
Seal.
on the seal that's on his chest, right above his heart. And you can see it seems to be a very strange looking man who has no eyes and has a blindfold. So he has a blindfold on he's like blindfolded. His hair is until his knees, And he has in his hand a very, very strange looking, like a sickle. You know, the kind that they use to chop like wheat? Like that. Like a Grim Reaper, that kind of sickle. So he has that. So blindfolded, hair to his knees, and a sickle, a very large one. Does anybody want to look at Boulevard?
Yes, actually, I'm gonna. But before I do, though, I'm gonna push my hands into my pockets.
All right,
so
all
nobody
right.
can see the ring as
All
I
right.
approach.
All right, I'm gonna get. Who else wants to see Boulevard? Because I want to see if y'all can spot something special. Who else wants to see? Okay, those who want to see, roll for me intuition, and I'll see if you guys got good
Fuck,
eyes.
I so regret not seeing.
You are good.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay, let's see.
I somehow rolled the highest. Wow.
Wow. Okay. So Atreus got 13. So Atreus got 14. Laksha got 13. And Gordon got a 9. Okay. Atreus, you immediately recognize the ring on this boulevard, on the hand that's pulling back the bowstring. So there's like a statue of Boulevard pulling back the bowstring, and you notice the ring. But it's a statue version of the ring. So you know that he did wear a ring. This is a confirmation of it. And Laksha, you see that too. You see that he is indeed wearing that ring. And Gordon, you can see that he has the arrow that, you know how when you were using it so far and how those arrows appear? You can tell from the statue that the arrow that is done in the statue isn't complete. So it's almost as if the arrow is being made as he's drawn it. And you recognize that because that's what happens when you use it. That the arrows are made as you draw it.
Wait. I have a question.
Ask.
I just realized something, and I'm so stupid for not recognizing this before. Oh
Tell
my
me.
gosh. Okay. So his
Yes.
arrows
Yes.
have been manifested this whole time, right?
Yes.
Have I ever seen a quiver on him? Have I ever noticed that he
You
doesn't have a
have
quiver on him?
not. You have not said anything about this. He's never had a quiver.
Can I make note of this now?
You may.
Now that I'm actually putting two and two together.
Okay, when you see the statue, it reminds you of the fight that just happened in the afternoon. Because remember, it's still the same day. That afternoon, you guys fought those orcs. You saw Gordon rushing in with that small little arrow, the little goblin bow. You saw him rushing in with that, and he had no quiver. But somehow, an arrow still got lodged into the eye and the head of that orc. It hits you at that moment. Wait, what? So you have that piece of information. All right. Anything else anyone wants to do?
Yeah, I just want to check. So where in the whole complex are we? Are we in the center?
You are not at the center yet. You are in what is
So in the
called
outer court.
You were in the outer courts. Now you are in the inner courts. And then there is an even deeper court. So that will be the literal core of the temple.
So are there any other exits around?
In the room that you're in now?
Yeah.
No, only the one that you came from.
So the one that we came in, and that's it. There's no other exit. This is just a standalone room.
This is a standalone room that you came into, and remember, it's very, very big. It has so many people inside, and they're all seated on the floor.
So the statue of Haverkel is in the all the way at the back, is it?
Imagine it being like a room, like a circle, and the Haverkel is at like when you enter the room, it's the first statue you see. So imagine a room like a
It's the 12
compass. He's the 12 o'clock. So the order
Right.
that I wrote the patrons is the order that you see the the patrons, the statues. So the list, you can count it from...
But then Haverkel will be on the most left, right? And then...
Well, we started from north. That means he's counted. North is number 1.
So 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes,
then
yes.
behind me until go back to Haverkel.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I get it.
So now,
Okay.
as you all start to get settled down in your spaces on the ground, you see that nobody has their shoes on, and you see that everybody is starting to look very religious. Everybody is seated cross-legged on the ground. All the children are told to be quiet, and everybody seems to be, whoever has like the ancient texts, so like their version of the ancient text, they're like flipping through it, and then you can hear the sound of priests and priestesses praying and chanting and like singing very old hymns. Baru and Laksha, you recognize it instantly, because in the army, they did require you guys to pray and stuff like this. It was part of like the mornings and the nights, and they had prayers at sunrise and sunset. So you would know that they would expect the soldiers to be part of it. Reva would also recognize it from her aunt, how she used to sing these songs while she walked up and down the shops, while she walked up and down in the house, and how she used to chant whenever she saw, Reva using her powers. She used to chant very fearfully whenever she saw Reva using her powers. Yes, Shin.
Do I also recognize this?
You do not. Oh, wait, hang on.
He
You
was in
do,
the army.
yeah, you do. You're in the army. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong person. Yes, you do recognize this. It's familiar to you. It is familiar to you.
What a loser.
Atreus is not familiar to you at all. Atreus, for you, this is awkward.
Dad.
Yes?
No, Dad.
Uh-huh.
He's supposed to be sitting cross-legged.
Mm-hmm.
Bathrobe. That's too short.
Talk about fashion disaster.
Pushes it all the way. Actually, no, he just pushes it down all the way, so nothing pops out.
Okay, that's nothing pops out. Good word to use. Okay, so that your chastity is intact. Okay, so as you sit down cross-legged and all the boys sit on one side and the girls sit on one side, you can see a very old man come forward, and he's dressed in the most elegant white robes ever, and there are many layers. And his headscarf, his prayer shawl, is very different from the rest. His has gold trimmings at the side, so like it's hemmed with gold, and you can see that his is really, really, there's something different about him. Everyone greets him with a very traditional greeting, and everybody begins to look towards him as he starts to talk. Yes, Reva.
What's that greeting like? Like, do we all do that? Does
You
everyone know how
can
to do
hear
that?
you know what the greeting is. It's kind of like peace be upon you, and like a very
yeah.
like like how every religion would have like something religious that they would start with. Yes, yeah. So like they they have like their religious stuff and all. Why did I do this? Okay.
That's your religion.
It
Then?
is. This is in the Jewish religion. So, okay. So, they have something like that, and everybody quietens down, and then what is recognized to Baru and Laksha as the high priest. So this man is the high priest of the entire Arphaen. This guy is part of the Trinity of the Great, which is the General of Arphaen, the King of Arphaen, and the High Priest of Arphaen. This is the guy. As he comes up, you can see that he's kind of old. He's got gray hair. He's very slender. He's got long hands, long limbs. He looks like a guy who basically looks like all he does is read all day. And he looks like he has given himself over to studying about everything regarding religion. He looks super religious. He doesn't have a beard, and he has like his gray hair is tied in a ponytail at the back of his head, and he looks towards everybody and he says, "Brothers and sisters," and he speaks with a very deep, breathy voice, and he says, "We have all gathered here today because we are all returning to our homes, to our lands, to our families, after the great celebration of the Festival of Lights." And I believe that everyone had an eventful time for the Festival of Lights this year. And I would say that many things have come to light. The truth has prevailed. And you can hear everybody saying stuff like, amen, amen. Like they're really agreeing with it. And they're like really, really into what he's saying. Nobody dares to say anything. If Reva looks over towards Aaron is, boy looks brainwashed. Okay? Your boy looks like he's into it. And he's just nodding and he's like enwrapped in the situation. And he says, and the high priest says, "It is divine providence that the ice bears, that the snowstorm, that the winds had come to keep within our high temple the seer of Bethos. If not for all these negative things, such a wonderful thing would not have happened." So we thank the great for even the fact that the negative things can be made beautiful. So I am here today to share once again the story of how the Festival of Lights had begun. And I know we have all heard this story since we were children, but it is not something that I ever tire of. So I shall share it. As we all know, Hevakel the Great, the first of the patrons, blessed by the great himself, the mighty, the strong, the first man who ever wielded a blessed weapon, the morning star. And he points towards the statue of Hevakel, and indeed, you see a very large weapon held in his hands. It looks like a trident, but it looks as if a trident with like a bladed trident. So not just like a fork looking thing, but like 3 prongs of blades. And it doesn't look like 3 prongs of blades. It looks like fire. So imagine fire that can be used as a blade. Basically like a plasma knife, something like this. So imagine something like that. Okay? So he's holding that, and y'all see this great, strong, broad guy. And Baru, when you see it, you're filled with emotion because that's your patron saint. So it's what you were told is connected to you. And so the high priest goes on and he says, and we know that with Hevakel the Great, he was given strength, he was given honor, he was given glory, he was given power, he was given so much so that he could protect our beautiful land. And that's when Prince Levithos, the cursed one, the dark one, who had managed to create darkness that swallowed people and all the things around, Hevakel wielded the morning star and defeated the Prince Levithos with his very life force, giving up his life so that we can live in light and that the darkness will be conquered. And because of this, he was trapped forever in that darkness and doomed to be feasted upon for all eternity in a realm that is unknown to us. We still pray for his soul to this very day. May his soul be a memory to us forever, that light will always triumph over evil, that truth will always prevail over lies, that the darkness will never win, and that the great will be honored and glorified forever. And today we celebrate this with this celebration of light. And we also remember a chance to see clearly our future. Yes, Shin.
Hey, what happened to the Morning Star?
Are you asking that? In front of everyone?
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to know.
You're actually gonna ask it in public?
Yeah, why not? What happened to it?
The moment you open your mouth, the high priest looks at you with like a, is he actually talking right now? Every eye turns towards Gordon, and Alyssa at that moment kind of goes like, and everyone kind of looks towards Gordon with the, you should not be talking right now. You just interrupted the high priest. And at this point, one of the temple guards come towards Gordon and taps him on the shoulder and says, know your place, brother. And steps back.
Baru looks at Gordon like,
Will Gordon do anything?
You got anything else to say?
Nah, I'm good.
All
Hey,
right.
Gordon, do you want to say anything else?
Alright, then I can.
Okay.
I don't think we could do that here.
Yeah, so I love how they're seated next to each other. So I'm guessing that's how it is in the story as well, that they're next to each other. So the high priest kind of looks towards Gordon with a nod of acknowledgement, but also like, don't cross me, boy. Don't go there. He kind of gives you that look. Gordon, you know for a fact that this guy's messed up to the core. You can sense it. There's something off about this guy. For all his religious talk and all his holiness, there's something off about him. You can sense it. Just in the way that he speaks, the way that he shares about how light triumphs over evil and all this cheesy, usual talk. There's something he's hiding. So, he continues and he says, so we all are here today because we are ending the last day of the celebration of light, the festival of light, where all of us will be given insight as to what this year will bring us. That's why the seer of Bethos comes every year to the high temple to share what he believes will be the fate of our beautiful and wonderful nation. And we look forward to hearing what he has to say. He has not reached any conclusion yet, but he believes that the fact that he is trapped here because of the snowstorm, there is still more for him to know. Perhaps in the next few days it will be revealed. So, for those of you who are seeking, seek on. For those of you who are passing, may your journeys be safe, and may the great have mercy and show kindness to all of you. Amen. You may leave, you are dismissed. And then he kind of just goes off, and the room is filled with like a very hushed like reverence for this high priest, and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we were in the same room with the high priest. Yes, Baru.
are we able to approach the statue and touch it?
You're not allowed to touch it. The closest you can get, so the statues are built on on a raised platform. Okay, so it's built on a raised platform, and it's kind of like, you know that it's holy, it's very sacred areas. It's cordoned off with like a very small barrier and lots of flowers, like so many flowers around Havikel's statue. Just Havikel's statue, because this is like the festival for him. So you can see as the high priest leaves, the high priest puts a bunch of jasmine flowers at the feet of the statue of Havikel, and one by one everybody gets up and they start to put flowers and offerings and money and food. They start to put little packets of stuff that they have, and they seem to believe that whenever they put, like, for example, some people even started carrying their babies and put the baby on the floor in front of the statue and kind of like said a prayer, believing that the baby will be blessed. And so everything that they put down there, they believe will be blessed, and they put some flower or something, some kind of offering back there. So it comes to your turn. You can see Prince Aaron take out literally a sack of gold. Your boy puts the sack of gold in front of the statue and he leaves it there, says a prayer, and then he moves back. A sack of gold. You can hear how heavy it is. And the next one in line is Gordon.
Y'all got about 30 more minutes and we got to clean up, okay?
Got it.
Okay. I'm gonna take out a little piece of paper and my pen, and I'm gonna like pull the piece of paper in my palm, and I'm gonna write hypocrite into this little piece of paper, fold it up nice and tight, pull out a piece of gold, hold the gold with the paper, drop it in, and just step off.
All right. Very well. It goes in. Nobody knows. Next up is Baru.
Do I have any gold left?
I don't think you do.
I think I do.
You do? Check. Check, boy. I don't check these things for y'all. Go check.
I have 150 plus 160, so that's 310 minus 25. 310 minus 25 is 200 and... Why can't I do maths? And 95.
Okay.
So I have 95 gold.
Okay, you have 95 gold. Very nice. Do you want to use the 95 gold?
Yeah, I take one piece of gold and I walk up to the whatever the sneer it is, and I just clutch my talisman of Havikel.
Okay.
And kind of just think about Havikel and put in the money and walk away like very pious.
Okay. All right. Yes, Reva?
What does a religion think of magic?
They don't believe that it's... Basically, they know it exists. They see it the same way, kind of like the church would view witchcraft. It's like, it's not something that should be done, but it's real. So they acknowledge that it's a thing, but they don't want it anywhere near them. So it's not holy. It's like a bad way to get things done. So that's how they view it. Okay, Laksha, you wanted to see the patron of victory.
Oh no, I thought I was gonna have to put an offering thing down.
As you're in line, you can see the patron of victory, and then you can give your offering. So when you look for the patron of victory, you can see that he's carrying a very, very large shield. And this shield, the way that it's shaped, it's almost as if it's curved on all sides. Very strange, like a very strange looking shield, like it's curled in. You know, like how when you roll a piece of paper and then it's curled in? So it's curled in like that on all sides, and on the front is the insignia and the symbol for the patron saint of victory. So
who's the patron saint of victory?
Sorry, not victory. Not his is order.
I'm looking for victory. Anyways.
You're looking for victory.
I don't know.
Victory.
I don't know my patron. I don't have a talisman.
Patron saint of victory is Havikel.
Oh.
So the one with the morning star, that's the patron saint of victory. Yours is the Verid, which is the saint of order, but you didn't check that out. So okay, well then.
Well, I did.
You did? When did you do that?
I don't know. I was skipped.
Okay, so you wanted to find that out?
No, I'm in line now, so it's past that.
You are more than welcome to ask one of the...
I want to be in line and put my offering down.
Okay. So you're in line, and then you get to the point where you can put your offering down.
I want to drop in 30 gold coins.
Oh, my word.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. That's a
Bro,
lot
that's
of
a
amount.
lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
No, I'm richer than all y'all. Shut up.
Okay, so
Bro,
when
that's
you
like all we have left.
when you put that in, when you put in your 30 gold
You
coins,
know that we're sharing the purse, right?
you put in those 30 gold coins and you can hear like the priests around like go, like kind of like, wow, that's good.
Yeah,
and
better reaction than Rin, eh? Okay.
and Atreus comes up to your turn. You're at the back because Atreus, it's your turn.
Wait, hold on. Am I in the line as well?
Everybody's in the line. If you don't want to give
Bro,
any, if you don't want to give anything, it's fine.
I'm in fucking bathrobes. What
I
the fuck
know.
do you expect me to give?
I know. So you're still in line though.
Wait.
That's all you can give at that point.
Okay.
I mean,
So that's you.
he does have the hoops, but he isn't giving those away.
Imagine that. So you get to see the statue and then you pass it, and the priestesses kind of blush as you walk past, and they kind of stare at your long legs and your white eyes with like a look of the same way they would look at a lion or a peacock with like
I
amazement.
stare back.
And then they look away like really shyly. And at that moment, as you're walking away, you are the last man in the line for the men. So the men were the first to give up their offering. The next were the women. When the women came up, Reva, you were one of the next to go up. So Reva, when you go, what you gonna give?
What do I have? Let me check. I was thinking of the bandana because who cares about that?
Oh boy! All right, you can give something you don't care about. Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to give? You know, I'll give the bandana and the gold coin.
Okay, you're gonna give the bandana and a gold coin. That's fine. Okay. So and you pass and they nod towards you and Prince Aaron is waiting for you at the entrance. And Atreus, as you are walking away from the scene, you look behind you and you look at everybody and you look at the women who are passing, and you notice a tail coming out from the back of one of the women. It's a very familiar looking tail. It's a it's a very
I already know what this is for.
It's a very long tail. You remember this tail and the stuff that happened.
Just walks away. He's not there anymore.
You remember the stuff that happened with this tail, and you also noticed that the shape of her head.
Hold on, is it a tiefling tail or a? Oh no!
A very fluffy, a very fluffy white tail. It looks like a cat swishing back and forth.
Oh no!
But it is.
Atreus goes behind. What was his name? Aaron.
Prince Aaron
just goes behind him.
All right. Prince Aaron sees you go behind him, and he kind of looks towards you with like a. You do know that you're taller than me, right? Who are you hiding from?
I'm taller than everyone.
Something
I'm not
wrong?
hiding from anyone. I just wanted to. No, I just wanted to be here.
All right. Are you hungry?
Huh?
Are you hungry?
Sort of.
Right. And he's kind of looking at you with the, you're already weird and now you're just being weirder. And at that moment, when you have your little, no, I'm just being here. By the way, because of how the room is, I already told you, every sound is amplified. Oh. When you speak, the girl turns and looks over her shoulders very briefly. You see her golden cat-like eyes, and you see her smirk over her shoulder, and she looks towards you with the "got you" face. And
you just crouch slightly.
And you know for a fact that Laramie knows you through and through. So you're in trouble.
I'm in big time trouble.
You're in big time trouble. Okay, so anything else?
Is Gordon here?
Gordon is getting away from the line, and Alyssa is going towards the offering point. When Alyssa goes to the offering point, she lays the baby at the feet of Havikel.
Oh!
And when she does lay the baby at the feet of Havikel, you can see that all of the priests and priestesses kind of give like a, "Aw, what a cute baby" kind of face. And they kind of like the tension goes down. So it was a very good move on her part because everybody expects her to be a pious and religious mother of a newborn baby. And she pretends to pray, carries the baby, and walks towards Gordon's side. All right.
Speed over to Gordon. Hey, fuck, they can hear us. Actually, I'm gonna talk to you later.
Okay.
And he just stays there. He's talking as quietly as he can hear.
Okay.
You do you, pal.
You know, cats have really good hearing, right?
Shut the fuck up.
So all of you are back at the entrance. The door hasn't opened yet. So all of you are back in that place. Anything else you want to see? Anything else you want to ask the priestess and priestesses? The priests and priestesses, sorry, God. Okay. So anything
Do
else
I
you
know
want to
if
ask?
this area is open to come back to later?
It is.
It's always open
It's
for anyone
always
to come and
open,
pray,
but
right?
the sunset sermon only happens at sunset.
So there's a sunset sermon every sunset.
Mm.
Okay.
So it is open every day for if you want to pray. If
Is
you
there
want
any
to...
priest nearby me?
At the point where Havikel is, they're like helping with the offerings and stuff like that. But you are free to approach. You know you can approach.
How well do I know the Havikel story?
Pretty well. You've heard it every year for
Pretty
the
well.
festival. Every year they tell
okay.
this. Every year
So
they
I don't
tell
need to
it.
ask. I don't need to ask the priest. I just ask you. What do I? What do I know about Havikel? Like right now, he's trapped in eternal darkness. Like where? Or like is it just a legend? Or
Okay. It's kind of like, so all of the humans, so actually everybody who grew up in Arphaen would know this story, but the way the priest told it was probably the first time you guys are actually paying attention to it, because to you guys it's like, pretty lights, everything is so light and fluffy and wonderful during this time of the year. So but nobody really thinks about what it means. So I repeat, you all know that the story is that Havikel was regarded as like a great warrior, the greatest warrior Arphaen has ever seen. And he was known that he never loses a battle. That's why this was so iconic, because he gave his life to seal the darkness with him. Where the darkness was sealed, where he is now, no one knows. They believe
and where the weapon
is, no one knows either. They just know that he used the morning star and channeled his life through the morning star, sealed the darkness, and sealed himself as well. Where? No one knows. And through that, Prince Levithos was banished to Terak. So it's because of Havikel that the Levithos people are in Terak, because of what Levithos had done, which is he created a darkness that could eat physical objects, a darkness that could swallow physical objects.
Wow.
So a tangible and palpable darkness. That's what he made. And with that, he was planning to control the whole Arphaen. And that's what Havikel did, is to defeat him at the expense of his own life. So you know this story. Many people think it's like, okay, it's an exaggeration, probably. But they also kind of give it like a lot of respect because he is the first patron.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Any
so
other
much.
questions about the patrons? Any other things? Because we're going to move on.
Is she around?
She is.
Fuck.
She's approaching you the moment she puts her offering down, which is a beautiful garland of jasmine flowers. She places that at the feet of
Why is
Abigail.
everybody putting jasmine?
It's considered a pure flower, and the scent is said to be able to reach heaven.
Ah,
So it's just considered like a holy flower.
I see.
Yeah. So, anybody else wants to do anything before I carry on? All right, we carry on. Laramie, the tall, lanky cat girl with beautiful golden eyes, silver hair, and that fluffy, long white tail, starts to approach Atreus, and Atreus can't run anywhere in his short little bathrobe because the doors haven't been opened yet. So Prince Aaron steps back and pushes Reva. By this time is like near him, and he kind of pushes Reva behind him, and he says, "I don't think we'd want to get involved in this," and pushes and kind of moves away. Laramie comes very close to Atreus, but she knows that you're not supposed to have physical contact with the opposite sex in the temple. So she kind of like moves. She looks very, very closely at Atreus, and she says, "Well, you're in a lot of trouble, aren't you?"
I may be in a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna make this quick, honey.
Yes.
This is what Narilla has asked for. Your name is everywhere. From Azrath all the way to Brocktoff. We know what you did.
Yes, I know.
So, Narilla, listen, I'm going to keep it short. We're not going to talk once I leave this room. You're going to give me the book. I'm going to get out of here. And you're going to be free from your blood bond. Yes, Gordon?
Can I chime in?
Can you chime in?
Yeah.
You can.
Gordon sees this weird cat girl talking to his big old tiefling buddy, and he looks at Alyssa, and he knows he's not supposed to make a scene, but he can't just let his pal be tossed into the wolves like that. So he comes half jogging over, and he's like, "Atreus, buddy, come on, we don't to see. Come on, let's get a move on." And he like grabs his arm and he looks at the cat girl, and he gives her that smile. And then he like, pulls him aside, and he starts walking back to Alyssa while holding Atreus' arm, trying to get him out of the situation as fast as possible.
Laksha?
Just goes with it.
We're still in that room, right?
You
With
are.
this,
You are. You
so
are.
you can hear all this?
You can hear it. You can hear Laramie, the cat girl, you can hear her whispering to Atreus, and you can hear like Book, you can hear Narilla, you can hear Bloodbond, but you can't really hear the rest of the stuff.
Why the fuck is she doing this here?
Wait, so I can hear Blood Bond, Book, and the cat girl's name?
Everyone can hear this.
Everyone can hear this who's in that corner. In that
Which
corner.
is all of us.
All of you, Prince Aaron and Reva kind of stepped back, so Prince Aaron didn't want to have anything to do with this. Pushed Reva behind, waiting at the other side of the room. And Atreus is the one who's like face to face with her. Alyssa had come to Gordon, so you guys are around the same area. You can hear her talking. Remember, you can hear her talking because the whole place echoes. We can't hear exactly what she's saying because there are other people who are praying and talking as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a statue nearby them or something? Something to look at?
You want something to look at? Ask again, sorry?
Nearby them, yes.
They are very near to the patron saint of... Give me a second. I have the idea of the room. 1 second.
And while you're thinking about that, think about one more question.
Yes.
What kind of cat girl are we talking about here? Is it Zootopia?
No,
kind of
no,
cat girl?
no.
Phoebe, would you like me to send them a picture of her?
Please do. That would be
Are we
wonderful.
talking like anime cat girl?
We are talking about anime cat girl, like the kind that Viennan was.
Oh,
Yeah. That kind of cat girl.
basically, it's just a girl with the ears and a tail.
That's right. And with very like cat-like features.
I see. And cat-like abilities. Basically, it's grimy.
Yes. There's
Grimy.
Tay, Laksha,
You're in the picture,
Laksha near
I saw the
near
picture.
Near Laramie, the cat girl, and Atreus. You can see that they are right in front of the goddess Radasa. Radasa is the goddess of chaos. So you can see that they are right in front of that. It's kind of ironic, but you can see that they're right in front of it. And as Gordon and Atreus have that little exchange, and Gordon pulls Atreus away, you can hear one of the priests going, "Shh! Have some respect, please. This is holy ground." And Laramie kind of just slinks back and gives Gordon like a really sweet smile, and she winks at him and kind of like a, okay, do what you want. We'll continue this later kind of face. And Alyssa looks towards Gordon with the, I see it's not just one.
Pardon?
Not just one girl who you've met in the past 6 months, huh?
And office.
I don't even know who that is.
She seems to know who you are.
She knows who he is, and I know who he is, and I can tell that she was not happy to know who he is, and he was not happy to know who she was.
Okay.
Very, very unhappy to know who she is, yeah.
Alright, we're getting out of here. And then she kind of looks towards one of the priestess and she goes like, I need to feed my baby. Do you think that you could open the door for me so that we could head towards a more private area? And the priestess goes, oh, of course, sister. And she opens the doors and all of you can go out. Prince Aaron is with Reva. And Prince Aaron at this point is kind of very near Reva, and he leans over to her and he says, how are you feeling? Are you all right?
I'm all right, thank you.
Are you hungry? Do you want to eat something?
No, not really.
Well, we'll have to stay over for the night since we can't go out because of the snowstorm and the ice bears. So perhaps you would like to have a look at the garden, or maybe we could go to the library. I'm sure you've been here many times considering you're a merchant and you're very familiar with the rooms. I'd be happy to bring you anywhere you like.
I don't think I've been to the library before.
Well, would you like to see it?
Of course.
Then we'll go. And so he starts bringing you in the direction of the library, but then he stops and he says, Will your friends be all right?
I want to look at them. Look at Atreus.
Hey, Atreus just smiles and continues.
I think maybe we should go another time. Maybe later.
All right, then. Anything you want. I'll go talk with one of the priests to make sure that we will get a chance to speak with the seer. I believe that they will honor my persistence. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
All right. And he's very happy, and he waddles off and starts to look for a priest to kind of like talk to. So Prince Aaron is out of the scene. Laramie has this the way she moves is like she's slinking around the corners of the door, and she doesn't walk straight. It's almost as if she has this the way she moves, like she's moving from side to side, and she doesn't seem to be going at a straightforward direction. Atreus is very how a predator moves, like how a tiger would move when they're stalking their prey. And finally she comes near to Atreus again, and she says, "It's wonderful that I found you here. I'm glad that I didn't have to go all the way into Upper Arphaen. But I don't think you'd be able to go in anyway, would you now, Atreus?
You don't know shit, but okay.
Please don't cuss in this holy place.
Hmm.
Why are you here of all people?
I told you. Would you like me to explain it to you again? Are you that dumb, Atreus?
Oh, I already heard what you fucking had to say, so like...
And I have no answer yet.
Well, do you see what the fuck I am wearing at the moment? Do I look capable of giving you what you fucking want?
Well, it has to be somewhere. Obviously, you have the book.
I'm not telling you anything.
So much noise. You've always been so noisy in bed, in the house, everywhere. You're so noisy.
Karami, listen, you know that I don't like people talking over me. So, fuck, what was I? This shit always happens. I just forget what I was gonna say. Fuck, why did you...
Are you always this articulate, Atreus? Well, and she puts her finger on your lips, and she like presses her finger on your lips, and she's like, if you would let me talk for 2 seconds, perhaps this would end better. I'm gonna lay it to you very simply. Book equals no blood bond. No blood bond equals you're free. Narilla wants to blood bond to a fucking dwarf, okay? She found this dwarf. It came into the premises, don't know how, don't know where. She's been keeping him, but he's strong. And she doesn't have the strength to hold him down unless she breaks one of the blood bonds. And, who did she decide to break it with? You. The disappointment of our guild. So, wouldn't you like your freedom?
She's gonna kill me anyway when she fucking breaks the bond, so what's the point? I mean, what if I just go out and tell everyone that there's a fucking Levitos running a guild in Broktov?
You think that they'd believe you?
She would kill me anyway.
You think that they'd believe you?
Yeah, they would.
You, the one who caused all that chaos in Azrath? You, a tiefling?
You...
Honey.
Go away.
I'm giving you the key to your freedom, Atreus. And you refuse me?
Yeah, because I know how it's gonna end up. I'm not... actually, never mind.
Anyway, you have...
I don't want to talk to you anymore. So
you have till tomorrow, since all of us are stuck in this holy place. You have till tomorrow to figure out if you want to take the proposal. I think Narilla is being especially merciful to you. Don't know why, don't think you deserve it, but she is.
Well...
I'm leaving. You deal with it.
Yeah, go away.
Happily. See you.
Yeah, go away. Bye.
And then she walks
Don't
off.
talk to me again. Bye. Fucking go and talk to Atlas, fucking idiot. Fuck off.
So...
question.
Yes.
How much of that can everyone around hear?
They had talked in like a corner of the room, very near the door. So like she had pulled him away to like a place where there weren't many people. And remember that the place is crowded because everybody just kind of left the room where the sermon had gone on. So it's a very crowded area. You can hear Atreus say the last few words. That one you can hear for sure.
Go away.
That one, you can hear that. Yes, River.
Oh, wait, talk to fucking Atlas, fucking dumbass.
Oh, no. Can I?
Shock.
Yes. No, I cannot contain myself.
Yes, River.
Go on.
Yes.
I think I was further away, so did I hear the last part too?
You can, because you recognize Atreus' voice. And when,
Oh my
when
God.
when everyone hears him cuss the girl out, all the temple guards kind of look at him, and then they're like, and then they look at each other, and you can hear one of them say, "He must be angry because he doesn't have any pants. Get him some pants quickly, please." So, and then they one of them scurries off. One of them scurries off to grab some pants. Okay, I know that Laksha and Gordon need to go off soon, so we're gonna give them a lot of time. We're gonna focus on them. Okay, let's see what do they want to do. Laramie is gone, and both of you are with each other. So Baru, Laksha, Gordon, and Alyssa, you guys are nearby each other. Reva and Ren, they're kind of doing their own little hee hee ha ha thing.
Oh wait, are you not saying anything? I thought you were gonna say something.
Gosh, they're right next to each other, and they don't know what to say.
Well,
Oh,
boys,
it's pretty
maybe
awkward. Yeah.
So,
maybe what we can do is we can go find our rooms and then get something to eat. I'm starving.
of course you're starving. What a surprise.
Oh, it's not really a surprise, but yes.
Okay.
So, Laksha, you're a
Gordon.
Dark Guardian, right? What do you know about this whole patron business? All this stuff about this big old, the big guy, the guy with the big thing, the Morning Star.
So, PB, what do I know?
You know the
Everything
same
that
thing.
we
You know the
mentioned
same
earlier.
thing that I said to Baru. Nothing more, nothing less than that. To you, all of this is like a legend. It's nothing like. To you, it's like, come on, anybody can make this up.
Okay. I know. Wait, my accent. I know just as much as you do. I don't know much. Gordon. So, yeah. What's up?
You know, being in this Dark Guardian, big authority, man, you get a lot more information about this stuff when you travel about, so you can better communicate with all the priests.
No. 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 They don't. They don't tell me much.
What on?
They just give me orders.
I thought you were the one giving it.
There's a system.
Well, I know that. I was in the military.
Oh, good. Then didn't you know the system?
From my experience, Dark Guardians are regarded pretty highly.
We are,
Usually they give more orders than they receive.
and we do. Look at George, for instance.
George is
That's fair. Tommy was pretty good. You know, Tommy was like George's.
I never met him.
Tommy was just great.
Tommy was great.
Tommy was great. Yeah, he did everything he was told, and I gave him a bunch of orders. We did that whole thing. Yeah, I do give orders. Just
It's a garbage people.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
I can relate to that, man. Back when I was a captain, everybody that worked for me, dimwits, didn't know what they were doing. Couldn't stand them. I killed them all.
Wait.
I did not kill them all.
Wait, Gordon.
I mean, I thought about it, don't believe me. But no, can't just kill a bunch of soldiers in broad daylight successfully without getting. So, who's your patron saint?
No clue.
You don't know.
I haven't looked into it, and just hasn't come up as an opportunity to look for it. So
We're surrounded by priests.
I haven't looked into it, and we just got here.
Go ask one of the priests.
Nah, not interested right now.
Really? See the guy with the blindfold over there? Sickle in his hand?
Mm-hmm. The Grim Reaper.
Fitting.
Oh gosh. Okay. This is awkward. I'm just gonna say that now.
No shit, Sherlock. It's the most awkward conversation I've ever seen.
Does not feel natural.
No, this doesn't feel natural enough. This feels too forced. Next.
Is there anything that you both would like to see? Because at this point, Alyssa is kind of looking at Gordon with the "Why are you talking to him?" face.
Yeah, and Baru's stomach is audibly grumbling.
I want to. Did the cat lady leave, or is she still in the room?
She left. She's not in the room anymore.
Where did she go?
Nobody saw.
I'm gonna find her.
Oh. All right.
She's not gonna be in the temple.
Wait. Okay.
Roger that.
I thought Cat Girls was Laksha's thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, if there's nothing else y'all want to do, I'm going to time skip y'all to the dining room real quick. And then we're gonna see what happens from there. Is there anything else y'all want to do or say?
Can you make my phone work?
So, Laksha, you like cat girls?
Hey, Laksha, I have the perfect cat girl for you, you know.
What? No.
You don't?
I'm not into cat girls. Why are you asking?
Are you really not? I mean, this one has a lot of experience from what I know.
Interest, not in the good way either. And I was looking for assistance. I know much how you like to display power.
Reva is.
This is a very
Yes,
uncomfortable
Reva.
Can I approach Atrius?
You may.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can help you. Yeah.
I will go to Atrius after the girl left.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you know, cat girls are actually pretty disgusting, but you know.
What?
No.
You know, I guess I'm helping him now.
You
so.
can speak more quietly if you will.
Oh, hey, River. Hello, River.
Oh my gosh. We need to talk after this.
I mean, we can talk here if you really want to.
Later, after dinner, we will talk.
That sounds oddly ominous, but you know, I've had that before. So.
For you, it may be.
Oh no. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
we'll talk.
Okay. So I'm gonna time skip. So all of you had been shown to your rooms, which is in what is called, what was explained to all of y'all as the alms home. There's a wing in the temple that is for orphans, widows, people with no homes, with no families, and they are given shelter there until they figure out like a skill that they want to use, and then they find a job. So there are many, many rooms and many quarters where people have stayed in these places. Gordon, Alyssa, and the baby were given one room. Laksha and Baru were given one room. Prince Aaron was given a room. Reva and Atrius, you were given you were put in a dorm. So there are other people with you, and they're all of different races. They're all of different races, and you can see like cat boys, you can see tieflings, you can see orcs, you can see other kinds of races there. And the opposite from your dorm is the girls' dorm, where you know for a fact that Laramie is there. So she's pretty close to you.
Hey everyone, it's a pleasure to meet all of you.
So when you come in, and everybody's kind of like, they wish they weren't here, but they have to be. So they're like, at least the food's decent, and the beds don't have any bugs like the last place that I was in. So bless the great, I suppose. And then they kind of just start putting in their stuff and stuff like this. Alyssa and Gordon, I'm going to give this a chance because Gordon never gets to talk with Alyssa privately. At this moment, the baby has been, Alyssa had asked for milk, Alyssa had requested for stuff, and they had provided her bountifully. They gave her whatever she needed. They gave her pretty much everything for free. And you can see how nice they were to her compared with like the non-humans. And Alyssa managed to keep her cool and play things down pretty well. Once you both entered the room and both of you are there alone with the baby, she puts the baby in the bed and she starts like taking off the shawl and she throws it on the bed and she looks at you and she says, "This is the one chance that we have for you to explain to me what is going on and what happened and why this ring has been with you and why I had to wait for 10 years for you to finally decide to commit to me. So talk."
Here's the deal, all right? One question at a time, please. All right, so let's go with the 10-year issue here that you seem to be caught on for whatever reason. I have been a soldier. I have been discriminated against. I have been forced to kill, assassinate, spy. All of these people that I want nothing to do with, just so I can make you happy. I've been your daddy's little toy for the longest time. So pardon me if I'm a little afraid to commit to being stuck in that hole where I'm forced to murder people that don't deserve it, just to get a little bit of information. I was afraid to commit because you were committed to them, and I did not want to be committed to them. So when I finally decided that I was ready to commit, I saw something I wasn't very happy with. So I decided to cut the commitment, go do my own thing.
What was it that you saw that was so great that you had to take Rex and disappear?
Your little stepbrother and his little action with you, his little the illusion lesson. Yeah, didn't look too great on my end.
You and I both know that I hate Nave, and so do you. And I have this hunch that you also know that his father doesn't think he's very bright. But sadly, he is his blood son. What he did was an illusion, so fine. I hope you know that it wasn't real. And what we had is real.
Now I'm aware. I didn't know at the time, 6 months ago.
Apology accepted. Moving on. What do you want to do then?
I have some business. I have some business in Upper Arphaen with these people. With the people that killed Arnok. With the people that used him and me. And ultimately, with everyone who is enforcing this equality upon these people. That priest, when we walked in, he said, "This is a place where we are all equal." Right? That's what he said. He said that directly to us. Why was there a completely separate line? People that weren't like us. Why did the high priest, the man who's supposed to see everyone as equal, look down on one person that spoke up? These people are not equal. They do not believe in equality. They believe in power. And I plan to disrupt that power. If I don't, nobody will.
So you plan to just kill everyone who gets in your way? Everyone who looks corrupt?
If that is what needs to be done, it will be done. Do you want that child to be born into the same world that I was born into?
No, I don't.
Then I will do what needs to be done. At any cost.
We could leave. Gordon, we could get out of here. We could start afresh. We could go. I've heard of other countries. I've heard of Teleria. I've heard of Agrion. I've heard of so many other countries. Why? Why do we need to limit ourselves to this place? You're not even from here. I'm a native, and I don't even have any hope of this place.
Because I don't just care about me. I care about every single person that is being whipped and beaten and abused just because they don't have the same skin color as us, or because they have horns or a tail or some fur. Except for that cat lady. She can...
You really don't know her?
No! But I don't like her.
Right.
Clear that Atreus knows her, and it's clear that she wants something that he has. And what does he have that is very valuable?
The book.
Exactly. Wow, bingo! And, you know, it's funny because you said other people would be looking for it. Now people are coming looking for it. And someone happens to know who has it. So if we don't take care of this problem, we're in a lot of trouble.
Where is the book, Gordon?
Probably on Rex.
From the looks of it, that girl seems to know what she's doing. And from the looks of it, being an infiltrator myself, I would say that she's one as well. I wouldn't be surprised if she's going through people's belongings as we speak.
Which is why tonight I have found a temporary alliance to take this female out.
Temporary alliance? With who?
The Dark Guardian doesn't exactly like them either. And he has a good eye. He knows.
The Don Shot?
Yes,
Since when did you and him get so pally?
I use what is given to me. I've always been able to improvise. Kind of my thing, in case you notice. But I need someone who has better hearing, better sight, can understand people better than I can. He knows that she is not just here on a little visit. He knows something's off with her. And if something's off with her, it puts what he wants in danger, whatever it is that he wants. It could put him in danger, so he's going to be willing to take out that risk, the same as I am.
You need to watch yourself. The closer that you get to them, the closer that he gets to all your lies. The closer he gets to the lies, the closer he's going to get to figuring out that all of these things that we've been telling him don't add up.
And if he does, I'll kill him too.
You're leaving a trail of blood behind you everywhere you go. And you think that that's going to stop the corruption? That that's going to put things in order?
It will start something. And that something will uproot what is already in place. And I guarantee you that only one thing can be worse than that, and that is a complete, dictator of a ruler. But if that happens, I'll kill them too. See, I have a feeling that everybody is underestimating me here. But you know what I'm capable of.
I do. And that's why I'm scared.
This will happen. There will be a change. And if it is not a change for the better, I will change it again.
All right. And she pulls out from her, you know that she has like secret pockets in her pants and in her clothes and stuff like that. She pulls out something the size of her hand, and you can see that it's a dagger, and she splits that dagger in two. So two identical daggers, and they have jewels on the hilt. And she puts one in your hands, and she says, "These are shadow daggers. I wanted to get them to use them with Arnok. He was taken in Broktov on the day that I got them. I was supposed to bring it back so that I can give it to Nave. I don't want to. I want to give it to you. I'm going to hold on to one, and you're going to hold on to one. And this is how it's going to work. When you press the jewel on the hilt, you're able to transport to anywhere where I'm holding the dagger. Do you understand?
I do.
It's a very dangerous weapon. It's called a shadow dagger for a reason. It's because it can pierce through cloth and skin without leaving a mark, without leaving a single wound. Every kind of wound is internal. If you stab someone, no one will know. But if it is in the hands of someone else, then you and I are going to be in a lot of trouble. Can I trust you with this?
It will only be used on those that deserve it.
I see it this way, Gordon. It's either your plan works and there is indeed change. And it's the change that I want. And that's the very reason why I stayed all this time with Father, with Cain. It's because I wanted to see that change. You know how my first father, how Callius, he was killed because of this racism, this inequality. You know it. And that's all I want. I want to see things set right. So if things go well, perhaps something could change. And worst case scenario, we both die trying. So it's either change or death. And at this point, I don't know which is worse. But bottom line, I love you. And that's what I'm going with. So, I'm with you.
And I love you. Now, I have a date with Destiny tonight, and I best not be late.
Right.
So, I might not get home. I might not get back till a little bit later. Gonna go pick up the Don Chat. Gonna go take out this feline. We'll be back before you even knew I was gone. Maybe. You will definitely know I was gone. Don't tell anybody I was gone.
This is holy ground, Gordon. Just watch yourself. And there is something that I know about this place. It might help you. But I would suggest starting, at least asking if you can go to the temple gardens and see the hydras. Or at least see that the hydras are brought in for sacrifices. Perhaps you should go get the book, which is with Rex, and make sure that it's with us safely in this room.
All right.
That's if that cat lady hasn't gone in to grab it yet. They have very, very sharp sense of smell. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's already got a trail.
She'll be dealt with. Don't worry about it. All right. Look,
Fine.
everything is fine. But if I bump into that seeker or that high priest, they're going to die too. Just a warning. I will not purposely seek them out. Don't worry.
Okay.
I will be back.
Hang up your jacket, Fred.
I'm gonna go now.
All right. Be safe.
When am I not safe?
Just go.
Hi.
Alright, okay. So we go to Laksha and Baru.
Okay. Wait, where do you need to go?
I know you guys need to go. So is there any last thing you want to do before you have to go? Because I'm gonna end it with you both.
Let's just end it that we went for dinner.
Okay.
No? You went for dinner. I went back to the room and prepared for this. Whole
This?
thing.
What whole thing?
I'm going with Gordon.
They agreed.
Oh.
They agreed that they're gonna find the cat girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cat girl's getting some action tonight.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat dinner and then actually I wanted to go and pray.
Okay.
Because my whole point of being here is all
I'll go
about
later.
singing.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye,
Jay.
Jay.
Bye,
Bye,
Shane. We
Shane.
love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
See y'all. Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, Weird Judge. Weird Judge was here today. Hi, Weird Judge. Who else was here today? Okay, since everybody went their separate ways, we can finish up with the rest, and I will update Gordon and Laksha about what happened. So let's finish up so that everybody gets their chance, because we didn't have a session that was very long the last time. So we'll finish up properly. Okay, so Baru, you wanted to go and eat and pray. So we'll assume you did that. Let's go over to Atreus. Let's go over to Reva. Reva, you're given a nice room, and it's very simple, but it's nice. And Prince Aaron, he told you, he said that I'll meet you at the Temple Gardens. I want to show you something. So he told you that after eating, he wants to bring you there. And you also know that you're supposed to talk with Atreus.
Question before that.
Yes.
When did she talk to the priests yet, or has he not talked to them yet?
He wants to tell you what they said at the Temple Gardens.
Oh no! That's the thing. I thought that maybe when I go to the garden, boom, seer.
If that happens,
I will scream, I will cry. Oh my God, I don't want that to happen.
Okay, so what I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna do it like this. You've eaten already, and you know where Atreus is. So
where is he?
He's in the other wing where the non-humans are in like a dorm.
Can I go there?
You can. You are more than welcome to go there. So
okay, I will go there.
Okay, so you go there and you see like all of
It's on his way to leave.
Okay, so Atreus is leaving the area. So you bump into each other as he's leaving and as you're entering. So you're there. It's like a corridor. It's like a corridor. There aren't many people. It's already starting to be like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. like that. So it's already past sunset. The area is pretty dark. It's lit up by candles and everybody's kind of like turning in for the night. So the corridor that you both are in is empty. It's just both of you.
Can we go around while the people are sleeping, or are we supposed to be in our rooms?
You're allowed to go around, but if the priest or priestesses catch you, they'll probably ask you if you need anything, because, usually at this time, everybody's going to be trying to get ready for bed, unless you have something that you need to do. So, but if you're in the corridors of the alms home, that's fine.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
You said he wants to meet me in the garden, right?
He wants to meet you at the gardens, yes, after dinner.
Do I know where the library is, or can I ask where it is?
You need to ask. Prince Aaron told you to ask, because where he stays is like at the boys' side. You're staying at the girls' side, then there's the non-human side. So there's like 3 sections. Yes.
Awesome.
So now you and Atreus are in front of each other. You and Atreus are in front of each other, and you are free to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yo, please don't ruin my day more than it already has been.
Of course I want to ruin your day. I think I will try to make it better in a way.
You sounded very, very ominous when you first talked. So...
It's not really bad. So don't worry too much.
Okay, hit me with it.
We just need to talk about what you will do for me, or what you're supposed to be doing for me. Because you're supposed to be my helper.
That is true, yes.
So we should go somewhere to talk.
I don't know shit about this place, so you're gonna have to lead us there.
I don't know too much, so we'll probably have to ask.
Yeah.
What about the library? I'm sure a priest can serve us the way.
Yeah, well, the library sounds good because, you get to whisper and shit.
Quiet!
Okay, the library sounds good because we get to whisper and shit like that, so that's fine.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be awful.
Yeah,
Let's
my
go.
apologies. I'm kind of awful sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, if you don't like it, I might just leave. I mean,
Shh. No. You can't go anywhere, you know?
yeah, that's what you think. Anyway, let's go. I'm joking.
Okay, so I will look around for a priest.
Okay. So as
We
y'all
find someone?
leave the corridor, you can see that the temple is much darker than before. But you also notice that as the priests walk, and as they walk, they seem to be chanting or singing quietly. And when they do, the tattoos all over their arms and legs and their sides of their face lights up with a bluish glow, and it looks as if they are walking lamps. Which is it's a beautiful sight because it looks as if they have like glow in the dark paint on their body, and it's very
Yeah,
pretty. It's very pretty.
However, I'm not gonna lie to you, these guys look really dumb.
I mean, it's kind of beautiful, don't you think?
I mean, it kind of is, but like, imagine having that in your fucking face all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have that.
Yeah, it feels like it would be uncomfortable to have, like, glowing on your face the entire time.
Yeah, everyone would know where you are for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, library. I mean, are you
I
gonna
want to
ask?
go up to him and ask.
So you're gonna approach one of the priests.
Mhm.
Okay. So a young male priest with
Oh.
very beautiful blue eyes and blonde hair, very long, beautiful golden
Danshat.
locks at Danshat. And he seems to be very young, maybe 16, 17 years old.
Oh wow, he's a child.
He
not
doesn't
as
have
young.
many tattoos on his body, just a few. And when he stops singing or praying, the light dims and he looks normal again.
Oh.
And then he looks to you and he says, "Sister, how can I help you? Are you
Brother,
alright?"
Yes, of course. I just need to know where the library is.
"Oh, library. You want to go to the library now?"
Yes.
"Oh, of course, I can take you. Follow me." And he starts walking like really quickly over to one of the wings, and he turns and it goes through a maze and another corridor, and you can't keep track of where he's going. This place is huge. Finally, you guys go up a flight of stairs. When you go up the flight of stairs, he opens the door, the wooden door, and you see a room that is shaped. It's shaped very strangely. It's the entire floor. Okay, so imagine you go up the stairs. The whole floor is just walls of books.
Oh wow.
So
That's
from the
beautiful.
banister, you can see down the floor that you came from. You go up, and then it's like a circle of shelves of books, and
So it's not exactly a room. It's like the entire floor is
the entire floor is like
the library.
the library. So you can imagine like a balcony in the shape of a circle, and then shelves, and then you also see that there is a door. And then he says, "That's where we keep all the handwritten ones, the ones that are like, perhaps even thousands of years old, the ones that were written by some of the patrons themselves. They have legends of, their diaries and their journals and their travelings and all of these amazing things. I've never personally seen it because you have to be a priest, and like I'm just a trainee, and maybe next year I'd get to go in, but it's amazing."
So wait. There's a special place in the library that only priests can go into.
Yeah, that's right, brother. And I've been looking forward to getting a chance to just step in. Just stepping in, it's said that if you go in with an impure heart, you can be struck down by the great. You die. Oh my gosh.
That
side
doesn't
room.
sound very true,
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, you're free to look at all of the books here in this library, but if you wish to go into the inner sanctum, that will have to be arranged, and you'd have to talk with the priest. And probably it'd have to be tomorrow, since it's a little bit late and the room's very dark and whatnot. Anyway, so is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
No, don't worry. We will find what we need.
Oh,
Thank you, brother.
wonderful. I have some prayers and things to attend to. I have to clean up the patron hall, and the petals are everywhere. So I'm gonna go now. But please feel free to call any of us if you need anything. We're always here to help.
Thank you.
All right. Good night. And he waddles
Good night.
off, and he like goes off. He goes off down the stairs, and he disappears. And the library is empty.
Does it have any windows?
No.
Or is it like no?
No.
It's,
There are candle
is it
lights.
pitch black?
No, there are candle lights. There are lanterns. Some
How many people are in here?
in the library? Nobody.
Uh-huh.
It's empty.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Is there any place to like sit and study?
There are tables, there are benches, there are sofas, there are chairs, plenty of places.
I'm here for Bibles today again. Fuck yeah. Anyway,
Let's just go take a seat and we'll talk.
okay. And I just follow her. So,
Where are we sitting? I would say like a sofa maybe. Like two sofas looking at each other. Well, pretty nice. So, as you know, Atreus, we have to go to Arphaen, and you don't have a pass, so
yeah, by the
You-
way, I thank you for fucking saving me there. Holy shit.
of course. So, if you're working for me, you have to know a few things in case someone
Oh, boy.
asks. It's nothing too difficult, I think.
Well, I've done this in the past, so it shouldn't be.
Okay, so we are merchants.
We,
From-
hold on. Hold on. Anyway, go on. I'm here. Yes,
Are you?
yes.
All right. We're merchants from Amdir. And we're
How do you
traveling.
spell that?
Amdir.
Okay. Thank
Have
you.
you never
Thank
heard
you
of
for
Amdir before?
No, I've never been to a Arphaen, so I don't know shit. So
Oh my gosh, this is going to be a bit hard then. Try not to
Yeah.
talk too much, you know? You talk a lot.
I
Try
know.
if you have to talk, just try to cut yourself off. Bite your tongue if you have to.
That doesn't sound very good, but okay.
It isn't, but it may save you someday.
I'll try. Anyway, what else do I need to know?
So, we are selling expensive things. I think I've told you this before. Usually jewelry, clothes, things like that. You help me carry all these things to the different cities because we're traveling around.
I help you what?
Carry the things. You're
Oh,
my assistant, if you will.
okay.
Awesome.
I'm following. Yes.
So, try to act proper. Do you know how to do that?
Kind of. Ish. Maybe. Yes, I do.
No. Do you? Are you sure?
I'll try my best, but yeah, it can't promise anything good.
Try to be pleasant to be around. Try not to annoy others.
Are you saying that I'm not pleasant to be around? This is what this is.
It really depends. Sometimes I really wish that I could cut off your tongue.
I mean, at least you're honest about it, unlike other people. So, like, I'm sort of fine with this. I mean, you're not roping me into some bullshit. So, like, I'm sort of okay, and you've helped me out. So,
I don't think it's. I won't say that word.
Hmm?
Hello, Penny.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
hello.
So,
So, try not to nag because you do that a lot.
yeah, I know.
Try to talk in here, talk quietly. You're in a temple. You can't just yell like you did before.
And these are out of
No. No, you will do that. This is not a question.
these are a lot of rules, you know.
It's not. It's,
Listen, if they give me the chance to talk and they don't talk over me, I might be quieter like you want me to be.
that's good, I suppose. Just try not to yell like before. Don't scream. Try to be respectful in here. At
People
least a
don't hear you
little.
when. Fuck.
And try not to swear so much.
Fuck.
No!
Fuck.
This is.
Okay. Okay.
Take a deep
sure.
breath.
1 second. I'm gonna ask you both to roll intuition for me very quickly.
Okay. What's my intuition?
What's your
Wait, give me a
intuition?
sec. Let me find my. I have my dog.
Lara. Ooh.
Ooh.
What did you
good.
roll?
Ooh.
I rolled 7.
Ooh.
No, I think Laramie is
7.
scared.
Let's hope I do better.
Ooh.
My
Ooh,
intuition is
spicy.
3.
Oh, you got good intuition.
All right.
Come on, you
All
got this.
right. You got this.
Come on,
Come on,
you
man.
got this.
If you don't get it.
Yes!
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nice.
Man, I'm so fucking proud of you.
GG's,
Good job.
boys.
Okay. Because of that, that's incredible. You saved both of you just like that. Now, as you were talking, and when Atreus goes, fuck, and does his usual things, you see from the corner of your eye a shadow slink past at the other side of the. Like, so you guys are like at one end of the floor, right? The other side across, you can see like a very quick shadow go past. And you catch the sight of the tail as the shadow goes past.
Oh my god.
So that's all you see. You don't hear anything, and she seems to have disappeared into the shadows. Something
Do
about
I
her.
notice if that tail is like that girl?
You know, you have that sense, and now you can feel like your whole body getting into that feeling of like, you know, when you're watched, or like when you you know, that feeling of like somebody's chasing you. So that feeling comes over you. And what's the weirdest thing is that when you look back at that area, there is no shadow, and there doesn't seem to be a single sign of her. It's almost as if she disappeared into thin air.
Atreus,
Yeah,
do you know who just passed by?
did someone pass by?
Yes. It was your friend, the little cat.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think I'm sure it was her.
I'll tell you actually what this is right now.
We have to go. I don't know. We have to go somewhere else.
No. Sit. Okay, so just play with me. So okay, listen. I'm gonna say something really loud. Rehor, I'm actually so glad that you left the book back in Azrath. If she found it here with us, that would be fucking horrible.
I agree with you. It would be very horrible.
I'll do my best with what you told me. I really appreciate the talk. Yeah.
I am glad you do, because I think you needed it.
Do I? Never mind.
Good, you're learning.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
I know.
I'll learn how to do things better. So.
Another thing,
Yes.
my name is Donshire. My last name, of course.
Oh,
Donshire.
Donshire. Okay.
So if someone says anything, that's my last name.
Okay, I'll tell them that. I guess.
Just don't
Does she
don't
look like
go
a
around.
Donshire?
She does
What do you-
not.
what-
She
what
looks
did you
like
say,
a.
sorry?
She looks like a donut, but not a don. She looks like a donash, which is Donshat and Ionash. She doesn't look like a Donshire at all. So it's kind of like okay. She's got green eyes and brown hair, so you'd imagine her being like a Donash, but not a Donshire, because usually it would be more of like a look that Alyssa has, which is like the cold blue eyes and then dark hair. So, but she can pass off as it.
I mean, you kind of do look like a Donshire, so that's fine.
Just don't go around yelling that that's my name. Just call me Reba if you have to.
I mean, is Reva really your name? We don't know.
That's my name.
Okay. Well, my name is actually Abaddon, but we don't tell people that. Anyway,
Atreus.
I think we should go somewhere else.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. So she gets up and she waits for Atreus to follow her and go down the stairs again.
Okay.
Atreus leaves the room, but he doesn't leave the door. He stays by the other side of the door.
Okay.
He walks out, but he waits.
Wait, what door?
They're going out, right?
The door, the
So-
only door that you see is the door which the young priest told you
Oh.
goes to the inner sanctum. So you
Oh,
didn't
so
get
there
in.
isn't a door.
There isn't a door. So it's basically
We just go down the stairs.
You just go down the stairs. That's it. Reva saw Laramie at the other side. So it's like, imagine a circle, and then you guys are on one side and she was on the other side. The middle is empty because you guys can look down at the lower floor from there. So that's where she
Maybe-
saw. Yes.
Just to make sure, you did hear me say that we left the book back in Azrath, right?
Definitely.
Okay, I just wanted to make note of that.
Definitely.
I really wanted to get that in there.
All right. Yes, it's loud and clear. Loud and clear. Where Laramie is, you don't know, but Shock, you can smell the familiar smell of this Laramie and how she always liked to put lavender. So you can smell like a scent of lavender as you go towards the stairs. You know for a fact that what Reva had seen was true.
He doesn't say anything, he just continues with her.
Okay, I'm going to quickly go to Baru because he has to go. So we're just going to wrap up his scene because the next episode will be mostly Shin and Tay since they're going to go hunting for the cat girl. No surprise there. So I'm going to give Baru his chance. Okay, so Baru, you're up. You've eaten, you're back in the room, you're comfy, and you know that you're free to walk around in the temple, you're free to go to temple gardens, go back to the patron hall, anything you want.
Right. So I go to the back to the Hall of Saints,
Okay.
and basically I just go and kneel down in front of the statue of Haverkel
Okay.
and clutch the talisman that I have, and Baru just kind of just pours out his heart to the patron saint, and he just says that, "Oh, Haverkel, I've been feeling so lost recently, and so sad, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do in this part of my life. And I think that I lost my way as a Dark Guardian and as a warrior. And I actually, all I ever wanted was just to be a hero like you. And I need your guidance and your strength. Please show me the way again." And he puts he takes off his pendant, and he puts it down in front of the uh, statue, and kind of just sits back on his feet, like, because he's kneeling down, right? So he sits back on his knees, and he's just kneeling there, like, thinking, with the pendant on the floor in front of him. And he's just thinking there for now, waiting for anything to happen.
So you're kind of like very emo and kind of sobbing there and kind of like really like
Yeah, like really
seeking for
sad and like not
answers.
sure about anything. Yeah.
So as you pray, somebody comes beside you. You can feel a presence come beside you, and you also immediately feel this warm, feminine, motherly presence. And she comes towards you, and it's an old woman. And you can tell that she's an old priestess who has been here for years. You can tell by the amount of tattoos on her body. The way that you can tell how seasoned a priest or priestess is by how many tattoos they have. She's basically like a walking book at this point. So as she comes towards you, she still has that faint glow of the Herkin blood as she finishes her prayers. And she comes beside you, and she kneels beside you. And she looks at you and she says, "Young man, is your patron saint Haverkel himself?"
Baru gets a little shocked, like, "Oh, I, yeah, yes, he is."
Well, I must say that it must have been the grate that moved me to come here. I don't usually come to the patron hall at this time of the night, but I felt like I needed to come and just look upon the face of Haverkel for a while longer, and I see you here. The great has his eye on you, brother. Do you know of Jeffernan? You remind me of him.
Do I know who's Jeffno?
It rings a bell. You heard it during the history class for the Dark Guardians lessons, but you didn't remember because you're dumb.
Put it out there.
Jeffno. Remind me again, sister. I recall faintly.
The first Dark Guardian, of course. The very first Dark Guardian of Arphaen.
Yes. The first Dark Guardian.
Who himself was priest of great power and strength. The one who taught all of our temple guards to use runes to protect us, to protect this sacred place. And
the first Dark Guardian was a priest?
Yes, of course.
By the great.
And he had built so much of this temple. We don't even know how much. But I believe that you will be able to find your answers here if you seek deeply enough. Something in my heart feels like you must know about this Jeffernan. And then she looks at your medallion and she says, "Even this, it's designed by him. This very symbol upon your chest. Perhaps if you go back to your origins, you will find the reason why you were chosen by the great for this role."
I see.
Do
you know where I can find out more about all this? Jefferson stuff?
Well, there is the inner sanctum, where we have the holiest fountain, the springs of life in the library. However, it is hidden from most of the citizens. If you are seeking, however, and you really do have a heart to know these things, perhaps I can arrange for you to go. You seem like an honest and a sincere young man, and a dark guardian who wishes to protect his people and his nation.
It would honor me if you would be so kind as to grant me access.
Well, you're in luck. I am one of the ones who have access to the inner sanctum, and it is by no chance that you are here today, Dark Guardian. Follow me.
Ooh.
And she immediately leads you up to the inner sanctum, that same library where Atreus and Reva. So you see Reva and Atreus walking away from walking down the stairs, and you head in. The lady, she puts her palm on the door. She says a few words, and as she speaks, the whole, like you can see from her head all the way to her hands, it starts to glow. And then the whole door starts to glow, and then you hear, and then it opens, and the door is opened with a certain, like, it's almost as if the door is a living door. So,
my goodness.
When you go in, you see that it's not like the library. There is what looks like the edge of a cliff. So you see that, so what you see in front of you is basically a cliff. And as you keep going forward, you see that it descends very, very steep stairs. And when you see these very, very steep stairs, at the bottom of it, you see a hand, a huge hand, very, very enormous. And it looks like the hand is coming out from the ground. And when this hand comes out from the ground, it probably is the size of an entire room, that hand. And in the middle of that hand is a bowl. It's made of rock, so you can see it's carved out of rock. It has moss all over it. It's a very natural looking thing, but you can see it's a shape of a hand. It has a bowl. In that bowl has water. And from where you look, you can see that it looks like your medallion. The carvings of that bowl looks like your medallion.
Ooh.
So she brings you there and she says, "Are you putting things together now, brother?"
I mean, it kind of looks like maybe kind of sort of familiar.
I would think so too. You are the first Dark Guardian who I have encountered who wished to know the meaning of his role, the meaning of his life, who wished to understand his place. I promise you, brother, that the Great will honor you for this. Shall we go and see? Perhaps you will find your answers by the pool.
Let's go then.
So as you go down to that inner sanctum, you see that, look at your medallion. So if you can bring the medallion close, you can see that there are 4 lines, right? Okay. The 4.
This one's 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3,
4.
4. Very good. So you can see that on the 4 lines on that pool, at that pool, you can see that it's not lines, but it's actually writing. So on your medallion, it looks like lines, but from where you are, as you go closer to the pool, those lines are actually inscriptions. And you're able to read it.
Which lines? The horizontal and vertical
all
lines?
of them. All of them are lines that are lines from like script. So you can see it's writing. So you can see it. It's faint, but it's clear. And on it, it says north. So we think of it as a cross, okay? So I'm going from 12 o'clock. So it's 12 o'clock 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, okay? So 12 o'clock, north is the first, forever buried and untold. East is the second, what mistakes are left to behold. South is the third, ignorance was his crown. And west is the last, with no past to be found. I will put that in the...
Yeah, put that in the chat or something.
Yeah, I will.
Talking about the four kings.
I hate the fact that I don't hear this. Fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to put that in for you real quick.
You must be talking about the four kings.
Maybe.
North is the first. East is the second.
Okay, so you see those lines, and she says to you, so the old lady looks at it and she says, no one's really been able to know what they're about. There is some assumption that they're about the kings, perhaps about the great, perhaps about our values, but whatever it is, we believe that there is a portal or a passage of some kind, because whenever we seek for answers, we seem to be able to find it when we come here. And all the high priests of Arphaen will be baptized in this holy pool.
Wait. What do you mean, passage? There's another room down there?
Nobody really knows. However, you know, in this inner sanctum, and when you look up, remember it's like a cliff, right? And you can see that even though it's a cliff, so it's almost as if you are like in a valley, kind of like, so it dips down, then that the hand is holding the thing, but around it on the walls you can see that there are holes, and inside those holes are scrolls. Very old scrolls, very old. So you can see that they're like protected. Nobody wants to touch them. So she says that I did read about Jeffernan. He did, and then she points to one of the scrolls. And however, there is a part that's missing, torn out, for reasons unknown. Nobody knows what exactly it is, but there was a word catacombs. Many of our scholars say that it's mistranslated, considering that it's very ancient, but that is what they say that it is. It could be a portal to another realm. It could be a portal to the great, and for him to hear our prayers better. We aren't sure of this, but for sure, this place holds great power, and no one has been able to unlock its secrets aside from the fact that we have our high priest come here and be baptized. I hope that you will understand that you're not allowed to touch the water.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't dare. But so I can pray here?
Of course you can. You're more than welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope you
sister.
find the answers that you seek. And she steps back and goes up the stairs and like waits for you at the top.
Sister, before you go, just one question.
Of course.
Do you know if there's any sort of thing or people that can help with healing?
Well, all of us priests and priestesses are well trained in the human anatomy, and what are you? And then she looks at your arm. Of course. Healing for your arm, I presume.
Yes, sister. It's much better now, but I could always use an extra arm.
I will see to it that we have one of our finest doctors come over. Our physician will come over to your room, Dark Guardian, in payment for his services.
Thank you so much, sister.
You're most
I'm
welcome.
in your debt.
You're most welcome. As you are near the pool, and you stand and you see the words that are etched along the circle, like that ball, and you lean forward, you can see inside that ball. Remember that it's a ball that's held by a hand, and then that hand goes down into the ground. Okay?
Ooh.
So it's not detached. It's on the ground. So it has that shape.
And where's the water coming from?
And the water is literally just held inside like that. It could be a
That's
spring.
the holy water that I cannot touch.
You cannot touch it. You cannot touch it. But you're allowed to see it. You're allowed to go close to it, and you're allowed to look into that bowl. So you can stand at the edge of the bowl. You can sit at the edge of the bowl, but you're not allowed to touch the water.
Okay. Well,
And
I'm
when you do see the inside, Baru, you see the middle of it. Remember that it's in the shape of your medallion. Look at your medallion again. What should be in the middle?
a diamond.
That's right. In that diamond, you see that it has like a dip in, and it looks like it can fit your medallion perfectly.
Ooh. But it's in the water.
It's in the water. It's in the center of that bowl under the water. So basically it's the bowl, and you can see the bowl, and you can see the water, and you can see that there is a space there which has the same shape and the same size as your medallion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awfully convenient.
Very convenient.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, only one thing to do.
Up to you.
I guess.
Up to you.
Yeah, so Baru like kind of kneels down. So is the hand, is it really huge, or is it just like the size of a bird?
It's huge. It's huge.
Okay.
Imagine
So
the finger is like the size of a small tree trunk. So it's very thick.
So the pool is really big.
Very big, very big.
But just nice in the center of the pool, there's one little hole there.
Yes, yes. You can see that it descends. So you can see that the pool is descending. And then at the bottom, because the water is so clear, so you can see very clearly that there is that like space.
I see.
So this is what you see at the bottom. You are free to pray. You're free to do anything you want. The woman is at the top. So if you just want to see and have this information, that's fine.
Should I take a chance?
You are free to take that chance.
I think
for a moment, think about what Baru would do.
I know what Baru would do. He would never go inside the water.
You'll never go inside the water, that's right.
He wouldn't, but I think that he's curious enough to throw his medallion in the center.
Yeah, desperate probably.
Makes sense.
I think Baru is going to kneel down in front of the pool and grasp his talisman and just pray, "Oh, Habakkuk, I need answers, and please give me your strength and your agility. I'm gonna try something."
Oh boy.
You tell me what you want to try, then I'll tell you what you need to roll.
I said, "I sacrifice my medallion to you, and I'm gonna throw it into the center of the pool and try to land it inside that thing."
Dexterity +1.
Dexterity +1. Here we go, guys.
Here we go,
I want
guys.
you to roll well. I really want to see this. I knew it was gonna be something like this.
Oh boy.
What is my dexterity? Can you help me?
Is the other pool gonna be like this as well? I feel like it's.
Should I tell you? I'm not gonna tell you.
No, I'm asking you.
What
it was
is my
gift
dexterity? Wait, I forgot my dexterity.
I think you had 5 like me. Either 4 or 5. Because both of us had similar
I
stats.
can't believe Baru is the one that that finds this. I can't.
Yeah, I think he's right.
believe
So
this.
it's 6.
All
Yeah,
right.
is
Yeah.
it 30 is 4 or 5?
Don't you have the sheet up?
Wait, let me pull the sheet
Where
up.
is
Give me
your
a sec.
sheet, Grace?
Actually, it's here, but I'm
Man,
just lazy to
Yeah,
pull it
y'all
out.
should have the sheet or at least the
Yeah.
stats next to you.
Okay, I have your sheet. I'll tell
It's
you.
4, it's 4, it's 4,
Oh,
it's 4. So
good
now it's 5.
grief. Okay.
Yeah, so you have 5.
Oh,
All right.
man.
So 5. Ooh.
Can we do
You
this?
got this.
Can we do this?
Ooh, come on, man.
Yes.
Come
Can
on,
we do
man.
this? Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
so
gosh.
panicked.
This
I
is
always
the
have
this is
horrible
the
rolls.
worst. This is the most the most pressurizing role of the whole game.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He got a 10! He got a 10! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Wow! Okay.
Abigail saved me.
When you pray, the whole bowl lights up. All the carvings, all the lines with text light up with a light that is, instead of blue, this time it's yellow. And you are reminded of the morning star and how Hevekel is always associated with fire, with flames, with the sun. And it lights up with a yellow color. And the water inside the bowl starts to swirl in a circular motion. Soon your medallion is dropped to the bottom and doesn't just stay at the side, it gets carried all the way to the bottom of that bowl and sinks heavily to that section. And as it sinks into that section, it fits itself in, and you can see how the bowl parts. Slowly it starts to creak and shift, and the bowl moves like that, and soon it's like moving this way away from the hand. So the bowl is on the hand, right? And it's like moving up on both sides, and you can see that there is a tunnel inside. So from starting from the wrist, you can see that there is a tunnel.
Horishima lava hole mele pele.
When you do this, there's no way that the lady doesn't know. So she rushes down to you and she comes to you and she says, "Brother, what have you done? What is this?"
Sister, I don't know. I prayed to Habakkuk and I sacrificed my medallion, and the thing opened.
What?
Is this a sign? Am I blessed? What's happening?
I don't know what to think of this. This is beyond anything that I could have imagined would happen. I believe that Habakkuk truly has his eye on you, that you are worthy to wield whatever power he has.
Yes.
I don't know if I should speak to the high priest about this, but I must. He is my authority. I will speak to him about this then.
Yes, do what you must. But I believe I should go and see what Habakkuk has in store for me.
No, brother, I could not, on my conscience, bear to think that you would be down there, and if anything would happen to you, I would never be able to forgive myself. At the very least, we must send in some of our temple guards with you. Or maybe perhaps other soldiers. We don't know what lies in there. If it's true, if the legends are true.
Legends?
The legend of Habakkuk being trapped and sealed away by the very darkness that he gave his life to stop.
But the legends didn't say he's trapped here today.
But we don't know where.
maybe there, I don't know, maybe he left some scroll down there that'll tell us something, Just go check it out. You can come. We can go together.
No, I wouldn't dare. And it is not I who is worthy to go down.
Yes,
I
it is
must.
I.
I must bring this up to the high priest. I will speak with him, and perhaps by dawn we will pray about this and see if this is truly a work of the great.
I'll tell you what. I believe Haverkel himself has opened this door for me. I will go and check, but you let the high priest know that I'm there, and he can send whoever to, help me out. But I think I'll just go and have a look, and I'll come back and I'll visit the high priest with you, and we'll talk about this. This is a great thing, But I cannot waste time. What if Haverkel himself wants me to go now?
Your conviction.
This is not happenstance.
Your conviction moves me, brother. Your heart, your sincerity, your devotion to the great. I've never seen anything like it. Your faith has touched me. Very well. But don't be long. I will wait for you out here.
I'll be right back. Let's go inside.
All right.
Oh boy.
Dun, dun, dun. We stop there. All right. Let me deal with Grace. You are free to go.
Okay, guys, thanks for the game. That was fun.
Congratulations.
Love you.
Congratulations.
Love you too.
Congratulations.
Bye.
I can't believe that he opened the fucking
I
door.
know, right? I can't believe you opened it as well. Wow.
You're so
Wow.
lucky.
Wow.
Anything below that, I feel like we would have fucking.
You know what was my plan? That if I failed the roll, I'll be like, priestess, I dropped my medallion again by accident. Can you
Oh
help?
man, May. We actually theorized about this. Do you remember?
Okay, I really gotta go, guys.
Go.
Bye.
go.
Okay.
Go.
See
Bye.
ya.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Wow. I'm in shock. I cannot believe that Baru was the one who got this. Man.
Yeah, May actually talked about it for a fucking hour.
Wow.
DMs.
Wow.
And we think now that this was gonna be something similar, but yeah.
Amazing.
We
Okay.
talked about the Festival of Lights as well.
Yeah, we talked about all the things. We theorized after most of the games together, so.
Well then, I'm glad that you were both
Yeah.
talking about it. Now, shall I deal with Tani so that she gets a chance to have her scene?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
So I would love both of you to stay here because after this we're gonna wrap up, and I gave Shock his 3 hours as I promised, and I'm glad that
Hold on.
yes.
That is 2 hours and 32 minutes. That's not 3 hours.
Pog. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, have the scene with her.
Come,
That's
Tani.
fine.
Okay. Do you need to know
I'll be
what
back in a
has happened? Shall I give you a quick summary?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do like
So basically, what had happened is that you were taken away from the group. You did not go for anything that the group went for. So we're going to start from the point where you were taken away, okay? Do you remember at the line where there were non-humans and the temple guards found out that you're a Hurricane Blood Hunter, and then they were like, this girl's special. We got to take her to a special place. They didn't even take your weapons away. Do you remember that part?
yeah. I remember waving at the party.
Yep, you were waving at the party and then they took you away. Okay, fantastic. So we're starting from there because you did not go with the rest. You're special, super special. Okay, so at that point, when they led you away, you can feel it's almost as if they are guarding you. It wasn't like they're escorting you. It's like they're almost protecting you. It's like they're surrounding you with it's like you're such a holy walking relic. It's like you yourself is like a gift, okay? So they're treating you completely differently from everyone else. You can feel that. This is your first time being here. This is your first time being in the High Temple. And it feels pretty good because everybody who looks at you, especially the priests and the priestesses, they recognize that you are a Hurricane Blood Hunter because of the way that they're standing around you. So Is there anything that you'd like to ask the priests and priestesses, considering that you can't speak much, Arphaen?
Can I ask, like, in very broken Arphaen, just like speak infernal or Arphaen?
Then, so one of the priests say, yes, someone speak infernal for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good. And then you can feel that they're keeping their distance from you. And then finally, when you are led into a room, it looks like something. Basically, it looks like a very, very beautiful garden. It looks like a garden, but it's not. So why I say it's not is because even though there are many plants and there are many flowers and there are bushes and stuff like that, it's not on dirt. It's on solid marble ground. So all of these plants are in pots. And in this room, you can also see that there is a very large table right in the middle of it. And at the ceiling, there is a window, and from it, light is pouring down onto that table. And on that table, you see a bunch of scrolls, leather-bound books, and also lots and lots and lots of bottles of ink, which you recognize as Arphaen blood, that's already been mixed with different stuff to make it what it is. And you also see quills, and you see paintbrushes, and you see the needles that they use to put the tattoos. So you know this is the place where they kind of do all of their scribing stuff. Is there anything else you would like to look for or see in this room?
Can I see if there's just like anyone there to like receive me? Like, is there a priest or something that's just kind of there?
So when you enter, you see that there are a couple of very studious looking scholars who are seated at that table. They're working on writing, they're working on filling up these books, filling up these scrolls, and they're very seriously working on whatever they're doing. And then when you come in and they announce your arrival and they start talking about you, you catch them say stanza, you catch them say things like Arphaen blood, you catch them say this is the girl. The rest of the stuff kind of is a bit fuzzy to you, but you know for a fact they're talking about you. And then one of the people who is writing stands up, he greets you very politely, and he says in very thick accented infernal, he says, the daughter of Stanza, we have been waiting for you for 3 days. We are so glad that you are finally here. Thank you for coming all this way.
And thank you for letting me do all this for the stuff.
You're welcome. It is our honor and our pleasure to have someone like you to bring to us the most sacred and the most holy thing of all, the Arphaen blood itself. You do know that you are ritually pure and clean for the next 70 days from the moment that you slay a Arphaen. And when you carry the blood with you, you are considered untouchable. So don't mind if we keep our distance from you.
Oh, that's fine. That's yeah.
We are also not allowed to touch any of your belongings other than the Arphaen blood itself. So if you could place the Arphaen blood on the table here, it would be wonderful. Thank you for helping out. I would want to touch it myself, but it is considered ritually too pure for me to handle at this time.
Okay. And then I'm gonna reach into my bag, rummage around a bit because there's quite a bit of stuff in there, and pull out the Arphaen blood. And then I'm just gonna, I guess, I don't know how ceremonious I'm meant to be, so I'm just gonna try and like respectfully leave it there.
Okay.
But not like it isn't like a ritual or something. It's just kind of like, putting it there and backing off.
All right, so you put it there, you back it up. By the way, the amount of Herkin blood that you have is about this much, which is a lot.
Oh, wow.
So you managed to get this much. And this is considered like almost an impossible task. This is considered one of the most dangerous, one of the most... It's like going after... It's like going after a dinosaur, because seeing these things, tracking these things is so hard. That's one. Tracking them is insanely hard. Second, actually catching them, that's even harder. Third, managing to drain their blood in a way which can be clean and sanitary, and actually keeping it with you and bringing it in time so that it doesn't dry out or become bad is also a matter of skill and time. So for you to bring this much, the looks of everybody in the room is like they think that you're basically a god at this point, and it feels as if they're basically worshiping you. So they all start like going into like this super religious prayer mode, and they're like, oh the great, oh how wonderful is it, and then they kind of look at it, and when they start praying, you can see that the Herkin blood that has yet to be changed into ink to be used glows when they start praying. And which is very curious. It's a very strange thing because nothing's been added. Nothing's been done to it. You personally don't know the religious and the biological reasons for this. All you know is that it's going to get you a lot of money. And you know that it's going to get you a lot of rewards. And you're already tasting it. So the moment you lay that jar on the table, you put it there, you back away, that man, he comes to you and he says, I'm speechless. I have no words. I'm so impressed. I've never seen this much brought in a single trip. You must truly be well trained by your father, Miss Stanza. This is incredible.
Yeah, thank you. He's the best. He taught me all this, and I just happened to be here at the right time.
We are glad that he has such an amazing and talented prodigy. So, your pass, I have it with me. And he goes over to the table. He takes a pass, and he has inside an envelope, and he draws it out of the envelope, and he opens it, and he says, I hope this is correct. I can read it for you. Basically, it says that this is a pass for Miss Willow Stanza, that she will be able to pass through without any kind of hindrances, without any kind of obstructions, that you will be free to go into Upper Arphaen to do the work that you need to do, and that you will be protected by law against any discrimination and against any sort of assault. You may present this to the Orias host if you do encounter them, if you are attacked by anyone, and they will listen to your plea. So, congratulations. You truly are joining the ranks of your family and the great blood hunters. He passes you the pass, and then he also hands you a bag of gold. So a small bag of gold, and he says, and there's 40 gold coins just for goodwill. We really, truly are grateful for your work. Many blood hunters have died seeking out Herkins. So to see you alive and well is a gift from the great himself.
So, as he's reading this, like, both out of characterly and in character, it's just kind of like mouth open, because you don't see this kind of stuff. Like, not only am I a tiefling, but like, I can just go through one of the most like religious places ever and have all this protection stuff. Like, huh?
You are dealing you are dealing with their religion. You're dealing with the core of Arphaen, which means that you have touched the most sacred thing to them, which is this thing that they used to write on everything. They write it, it's on their tattoos. It's what they used to bless things. It's what they used to write their Bibles with. So you are dealing with the most important thing to them. Of course, you will be protected. Of course, you'll be revered like some kind of goddess because you are doing something that they can't do, but they need. So, definitely.
So, just like still a very visible shock because I'm just kind of like, that's a lot. And I'm just gonna say, thank you so much, and I hope you guys it well.
You are most welcome. Is there any way that we can make your stay tonight here more comfortable? I regret to inform you that nobody will be able to travel to Upper Arphaen until the storm passes, which we believe should be by tomorrow afternoon. So, till then, you will have to stay within the non-human compound. But if you wish to stay in your own chambers, we can arrange for that. Anything that would make you more comfortable.
I was actually wondering, I have a small group that came with me. I was wondering if we could get us like a little private room, if possible.
A small what?
Group.
A small group.
Like,
You mean you brought friends with you?
yeah, there's a tiefling, a lot of humans. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's just the tiefling, and then the rest are just humans.
Were they with you on your travels to getting the Herken blood?
No, but I kind of met them halfway.
Were they touching the Herken blood?
No. Those things have only touched my hands.
Did anyone touch you? Did any of them touch you?
No.
Then I'm afraid I'm not able to give them the same rights that you have. But if you're able to point them out to me, I would be more than happy to give them perhaps more food, better rooms, something that would give them an easier time here.
That would be good. I can give you a description now of what I remember off the top of my head.
Of course.
So there's a tiefling who's like galaxy sparkly, has the white hair, very shiny, very cool. I remember there being a Donshot. He was a Dark Guardian. And there was a bigger one with him, with like a tattoo thing. I didn't talk to him much. A really nice lady with a baby. She had like black hair, blue eyes. Another lady with black hair, green eyes, and a dude with a bunch of scars. That's all I remember.
All right, that's quite a lot of people. I will see to it that they are taken care of. Thank you very much, Miss Stanza. I will give you private chambers considering that you are ritually pure and clean during this time. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. So we will give you a private room within the eastern wing where the non-humans are staying. If you would follow our temple guards, they will lead you.
All right. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
And I'll follow the guards.
Oh, one more thing, Miss Stanza. And the man stops you and he says, I'll have you know that there are many other people who might need your help, perhaps in Orias and perhaps in Bethos, and maybe you would be rewarded with other things if you would transport Herkin blood over to them. Since you are considered ritually pure, I would prefer that it be passed by your hands rather than someone who's doing it simply without any regard for these things. So perhaps you'd like to bring some of the bottles of ink over to the Orias temples.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I'm going to be spending a time in Upper Arphaen anyways, so...
Wonderful, wonderful. We will discuss the details of this in the morning. Till then, please get your rest, Miss Danza, and I hope to see you tonight at dinner and perhaps even for the sermons at the sunrise. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you, and you too.
Okay. And then the temple guards lead you to the chambers. As you pass by, after that whole conversation, you can see Atreus coming towards that room, coming towards the eastern wing. You notice him, and you notice that they're bringing him into like what looks like a dorm with like a room with 6 beds for 6 people to stay in, and
This place fucking sucks.
you can see him, and he sees you too.
Oh, hey,
Hello.
Stanza. Oh, Willow, I mean.
That's fine. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of stressed out here. Yeah.
I tried to get you guys better rooms.
Oh, I mean that would be really nice of you, but like I don't think it's really working here.
Well, I'm just gonna try and see what I can do to get you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh boy, am I still in the roles?
Are you still
Am
in
I
the?
still? Did they give me clothes, or am I still wearing robe?
They gave you clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so glad I have fucking clothes now.
By the time that you were talking with Reva, you were back in your normal clothes.
Good.
Yes. So as you both interact, the temple guards nod towards Willow and usher her towards what seems like the girls' area. And as you pass by the girls' area, the temple guards look to you and say, "You want dorm or you want chambers? You may choose."
Chambers.
Okay. And so they open the doors to the chambers, but while they're unlocking it and like setting it up, they say, "One moment, we set up for you." And so they start setting it up and stuff like that. So you're standing outside, right outside. So the dorm room is here, the chambers is opposite. So you're standing in between. When you look towards the dorm rooms, you can see that there are, tiefling women, cat ladies, bunny girls, like all kinds of races. Some orc women. You can see even halflings who are like, mixed with half tiefling and stuff like that. And they all seem to be, kind of sad that they were not allowed to mix with the rest. And it's kind of hypocritical because, it's supposed to be a place of equality, but it's not. So one of the girls is leaning against the door, and she looks at you and she looks you up and down. And you can see she has golden eyes and cat ears, silver hair, and a very long and very like a tail that's flicking around, like when a cat when they're deciding something, so it's like flicking around. And she says, honey, I always wondered what it'd be like to have A tail with that pointy end like you tieflings. I was with a tiefling once. Very exciting, noisy, very noisy. Are all tieflings noisy in bed?
I honestly wouldn't know.
And she's saying this in Arphaen. She
Oh,
doesn't know that you can't speak. So
Oh,
you catch the word tiefling. You catch that she's talking to you. You catch the word noisy, and you know that she's probably saying something kind of like in like a like a snarky kind of way.
then can I try and speak in like broken Arphaen? Like,
You can.
don't speak good Arphaen. And then I like point to me, like, don't speak good Arphaen.
Oh, huh. And then she like thinks for a moment, and then she replies you in very, very broken infernal. Infernal, okay?
Yes.
Okay. You are very pretty.
Thank you. You too.
You
Tell
are
her that.
you are having weapons? They didn't take away your weapons?
No. They can't touch me, apparently.
Oh. Why?
I'm like, they said I was cleansed, like, because of Arphaen blood.
And you can see that the girl kind of like frowns a little bit, and then she shrugs and she goes, "Well, I'm Laramie. What's your name?"
I'm Willow.
And she comes closer to you, and she slinks her tail like over your cheek, and like she slings it down your shoulder, and she's like, "Must get you new clothes. Too pretty for these clothes."
Okay.
And you can see that she's almost smelling you at this point. She's kind of strange. She's like, but you don't feel uncomfortable. You just feel like she's like invading your personal space in like a very curious kind of way. But also, there's like something almost, you know how you would feel when somebody is like admiring you. It's like that. It's like she's looking at you like you're some little cute puppy, that kind of thing. So she's looking at you, and she sniffs you, and you can hear the sound of her like going like that around you. And then she leans back and she says, "You came alone?"
No. I had friends.
Oh. Other tieflings?
Yeah.
Huh. Tall tiefling?
Very tall, 6'7" tall. Just
Oh.
letting you know.
Very
Yes.
tall.
Very tall.
Oh. My friend. You and I, we be friends. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Willow, Laramie, we eat dinner together. Okay?
Okay.
Good. I see you later. Enjoy your room.
I'm crying.
Ta-ta. And she like slinks back into the dorm. And by this time, your chambers are done. You have a beautiful queen-size bed to yourself, night side table, and it's a very, very open space. And they let you in, and they nod towards you, and they say, "All okay?"
Okay. And then I give her like a thumbs up. Just okay.
Very good. Dinner soon. Come to Temple Gardens. Eat in Temple Gardens.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. And then they leave.
Bye.
So at this point, is there anything you would like to see or do in the chambers before I let you go for dinner with Laramie?
No.
As soon as the guards close the doors,
Yeah.
I'm taking off like my quarterstaff and all that, and I'm just jumping on the bed.
Okay.
I have not experienced a bed like that. It's just like
it's bouncy, it's soft, it's warm, it's goose feather pillows, very comfortable. Everything here is donated by people, and the donations that come in, they use it to make the place as beautiful as possible. So you can tell that religion is a big deal in Arphaen because the temple's rich. They're rich. They've got whatever they need and want. So it's a beautiful room. So, anything else you'd like to do in the room before you go for dinner?
to probably not stand out as much, like just carrying a massive quarterstaff.
Yep.
Can I like take my Can I take the Raven's wing?
Yep.
And try and find like a hiding place for it.
Okay. So in the room, there is a bedside table. There is a wardrobe. There is what seems to be like a chamber pot, where you can pee and stuff. And then there's also a vanity table and the wardrobe. You can definitely slide the raven swing under the bed. You can. Oh, there's also a table. A sofa, like a really cute looking sofa, like a single person sofa, with a lantern on top. So it looks like a little place where you can read and stuff. So that's there. You can put it under the bed. You can put it inside the wardrobe. You can put it behind the wardrobe, on top, any way you like.
Can I actually try and put it like under the mattress a bit?
Sure.
Like on the
The
edge.
mattress is heavy. It's queen size bed, but I'll say that you're pretty tough. So you can lift up a portion and slide it in real quick. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because like I don't want people to steal it.
Very nice. That's fine. So when you do that, you slip it in. It's invisible. Nobody sees it. From every angle of the room, it can't be seen. So you're safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No. I
Okay.
guess I'll just prepare.
Prepare for dinner. Okay. Reva, you still with me?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Yes, ma'am. Okay. You were supposed to go for dinner with your boy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he had called you to go for dinner and he told you to meet him at the Temple Gardens, right?
Yeah.
That's because that's where dinner is. Okay. So are you going to bring Atreus along?
Am I? I think we're gonna go there
Does
together.
Atreus
Like,
want to go there?
Please bring me along. I'm very stressed and I don't know what to do.
okay, you're staying back.
You don't want to go? You don't want to go?
Okay.
That's the only chance you get to eat.
No, wait. Are you talking to me?
I am talking
Yeah.
to you.
I did say that I'm going there.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I thought you said no. And I was like,
okay.
what?
Okay. So
Okay.
we're gonna skip over to the Temple Gardens very quickly because I have a feeling that Baru will be going and searching for his own thing at this point, and then Alaksha and Gordon will be doing hunting the cat. And then
God.
and then Alyssa will be watching over the baby, so she's probably not gonna do much unless she needs to, and she's trying to keep a low profile and stuff. So I think it's safe to say that the three of you will be considered more of a group now. So I'm gonna head straight to the Temple Gardens. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. You can imagine the most beautiful garden or park with all kinds of trees, all kinds of flowers, all kinds of beautiful, lush space. It looks like a
Wow.
greenhouse. It looks like a greenhouse because it's a sealed area. It's not like a garden. So it has glass panels all over, from the top all the way to the bottom. Very, very, very pretty place. You can feel the moonlight filtering in. You can see lanterns all over the place. And you see a huge table where there's a queue of people lining up to take bowls, and then somebody with a giant pot scooping out soup and putting it in the, so it's like a basically a chain where people are gonna eat food and then go and sit down somewhere. And then all around the place there are like little picnic mats that are scattered all around the gardens. And at one of the
Cute.
tables, you can at one of the picnic mats, you can see Prince Aaron there, and he's having the soup, and he's already got a bowl for you. And he
Aw.
waves to you, and he looks towards you, and he stands up and he waves to you, and he ushers you towards the table. And then I'm sure Atreus is with you.
Yep.
Okay, very nice.
Should I leave you alone or like come? I don't know.
What are you going to do
I did-
though if you're alone? Can you find someone?
Not really. I'll just
What
eat
about the
soup.
other girl?
Which girl? Alyssa? Willow? I mean, is Willow,
Willow.
here?
Willow isn't there yet. You guys came in first.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is Alyssa going to come or is she staying by?
Alyssa's
No,
not-
she's got the baby to deal with.
That's true.
I'll just have soup and sit somewhere. I don't fucking know.
If you see someone you know, please, I don't know, stay with them and don't cause any trouble, please.
What? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So
okay.
at that point, Prince Aaron is very happy that he's going to sit alone with Reva, and you can see that he has this most stupid grin on his face. He looks so glad. He looks like he's a little kid who got a $10 bill to go in and buy whatever candy he wants. He looks like that. And so he sits down and he grabs Reva's hand and he pulls it in and he kisses your knuckles and he says, "I have the best news."
Man, y'all are really pushy with each other. Like, calm the fuck down. And he leaves.
Prince Aaron doesn't hear
What
any
are
of
you?
Prince Aaron just cannot hear any of that because at that point all he sees is Reva. And so he goes, "The seer, he's agreed to see us tonight."
Tonight?
Tonight. Yes. Right after we finish this, we're going straight to see him. Can you imagine this? Reva waited for this moment for so long. I can't believe that now, of all times, I get to see him. When I'm asking one of the biggest questions in my life. Isn't this exciting? Aren't you happy?
I think she's like kind of she's breathing a little faster and she's looking around. A little bit stressed.
What's wrong? Are you alright?
Yes, I am fine, thank you. It just I never thought that I would meet him.
I don't think anyone expects to meet him. He only comes to the temple during the Festival of Lights. Other than that, he would be traveling throughout the whole Arphaen, and he would be, giving prophecies at every temple, and it would be something. Oh,
Ooh.
Shin came back. Okay, and sorry, I carry on. And he would be giving prophecies at temples, and he would be giving sermons, and to have him here and to have an audience with him, to ask him questions is something that he doesn't agree to, but they said that the seer knew that we were coming. You do know his story, don't you, Reva?
Story?
Of why he's the seer.
I don't. Do I know it actually?
No,
Question.
no. It's not your
I-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I don't think I've heard it before. Do you mind telling me about it?
Of course. This is not a story that I take lightly. As you know, the great would offer rewards to those who sacrifice the things that they love in exchange for true sight. And the seer, he exchanged his actual sight to be able to see the future. So he offered his own eyes to be able to gain insight into the hearts of people. And I could never, as devout and as much of a believer as I am in all of these things, to give up something like that is too much, even for me. Do you think does it frighten you?
I'm not so. I don't think so. I'm not so. I don't know.
And he grabs your hand and he's holding it really tightly with both his hands, and then he leans forward and then with his other hand he reaches out and he strokes your head, and he knows that he shouldn't be touching you in public, but he can't help himself. And so he does it, and then he like quickly pulls away, like he's almost like he catches himself, and he pulls his hand back and he says, "My love, you can tell me anything. Don't hide from me, please. Don't need to be pretending in front of me. Please don't pretend. I can feel that you're afraid. What's wrong?"
Do you promise that whatever he says, you'll not look at me differently?
The only time that I look at you differently is if he tells me that you're a man. Other than that, I don't think there's anything that he could tell me that would make me feel any less than I do for you.
Anything?
Anything. What could you tell me that would make you less wonderful, less beautiful, less lovely, less of a dream? I can't think of any. What? That you're crippled? That you don't have a family? What? What could it be? Name me one thing that would be a problem. The only one that I can think of is that you're a man, and I do not wish to lie with a man. So, and
Got a
then
pee-pee. It just calls out from across the fucking yard.
No, you cannot hear that.
You can't do that.
Oh my gosh, Shock, I love you so
My
much.
goodness.
See
I
how
really
he
like this.
ruins this. Okay, yes. So, so he says that, and he's looking at you very intently. He's like really giving you like a, I don't understand why it would be a problem kind of face.
I don't know how to explain it to you. But if you trust me, then I think we will be fine. I think.
Why? Are you a criminal? Are you an assassin? Are you secretly trying to take over the crown? What is it?
I don't wish to do any of these things. I'm not criminal. I'm not an assassin. I don't wish to kill anyone.
Exactly.
I don't care about the crown.
Exactly. That's my point. So, I'm not afraid, Reva. I don't even know your last name, yet I've never been more sure about what I wish for between us. And he's like blushing madly at this point. You can see like the tips of his ears are like red, and he's like trying not to look away from you, but he's got his ego, so he's like staring at you, but then like trying not to look at you, and he's like very confused. And so he kind of looks at you with the, does anything that I'm saying make sense? Please tell me it does.
It does. I hope that after we meet him, everything will be fine.
Reva, I can't help but feel that things will be more than fine. I think things will be perfect from here on. Because that's how I feel.
Perfect.
That's how I feel when I'm with you. So, eat, and then we go see this, and then we go see him. All right?
All right.
All right. And so he starts eating, and he smirks at you and gives you a quick wink, and then you continue eating. At this point, Laramie is coming into the room, into the temple gardens, and she's dressed beautifully, so prettily. And then she also notices Willow, who is being escorted in. And she asks the temple guards who are escorting Willow and kind of comes close to them, and she goes, "Oh, that's my friend. Can she sit with me?" And the temple guards look at Willow and ask her, "Friend? Your friend?
Yeah.
You want sit with her?"
Sure. Yeah.
And you can see Laramie is like very pleased at this point. So she kind of is smiling as the temple guards step back, and then one of the temple guards tells Laramie, "Do not touch her. Do not touch her food. Do not touch her bowl. Do not touch anything that she comes into contact with. And do not sit where she sits. As long as you keep this, you may sit with her." And then Laramie goes, "Of course. Oh, I wouldn't dare." And then she takes you to the side, and you both sit down at a nice little picnic table as the temple guards get food for you guys. You're being treated like a princess at this point. So, as the temple guards are getting the food, Laramie scans the horizons and she says, "So many people." She says this to you in Inferno.
Yeah. Yeah.
You traveled to Upper Arphaen before?
Once when I was a kid, I went to the upper dock.
Ah, very nice, very nice. Okay. And then she looks around again, and you feel like she's looking for something. You don't know what she's looking for, but she's obviously looking for something. Her eyes set on Atreus, and she looks at Atreus, and then she looks at Willow, and then she goes to Willow and says, "Tiefling friend? Tall tiefling friend?"
Yeah.
And she lifts her hand and she waves towards Atreus, and then I'm sure she looks to you and kind of like hopes that you will like ask him to come sit with them. So
I see this, that the two of them are like together at this point.
sure.
Why the fuck does she keep doing this? Fuck! And he just grumbling walks over to them with the soup in hand and like still, eating.
And she when you sit down, she slides her tail over your cheek and she like curls it around your ear and starts playing with your hair with her
Do not
tail.
don't do that with me. You fucking.
Oh, shush. So noisy. You know how I feel about all the noise, Atreus. Please, behave just now. We are in front of pure guest. And she's saying this in Arphaen.
I just wave at Adrius.
Hello.
Just like, hello.
When did hello? When did you do me?
Oh, I have a chamber, and across the way, she was by the dorm room door, and we just kind of met like earlier today.
He then looks towards Laramie. So you're doing your thing again, huh?
What thing?
You're fucking trying to. I don't. How many people are there?
A lot. It's a very, very crowded room.
He's very hardly trying not to swear, but it just comes out.
And she gives you and she goes meow, like that. She makes that like a cat sound. And you remember her making this cat sound when you used to like her? And it kind of makes you like really like, oh boy. You know that feeling when your crush looks at you in a certain way and it's like I'm gonna die because they're so hot, you know, that kind of feeling. That's how you feel.
Yeah, but he's got history with her, so he isn't entirely into this anymore.
He's not into this anymore, but you remember it and it brings you back to that point. And she's still, and under the table you can feel that she's still like touching your knee with her tail and like running circles on your knee. And she says, so Atreus, and she starts in in Infernal so that Willow can understand. Let's not leave Willow out of the conversation.
Yeah, let's not leave Willow out of this conversation. Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Where are you going after this? What's your plan? Are you all
would I tell you
going
that?
to Upper Arphaen?
Why would I tell you that?
You see, Willow, my boyfriend is so rude.
Hold on, okay.
I pointed at her. She's just so confused. But like,
Okay. Laramie, listen, we both know you really don't want to cheat on Atlas right now.
Atlas? Atlas
Yes, Atlas.
Atlas and I are done. Very done.
Yeah, you're done with everybody in like 2 fucking days, so I'm not really surprised here. Yeah, but you did fucking help him out. Why?
Because that's what friends do.
But I was your friend at the time, so why did you help him over me? Why did you lie?
Why must you always be so emotional, Atreus? You had a good time. I had a good time. I had a good time with with Atlas. Atlas had a good time with me. We all had a good time. Why must you be so complicated?
I didn't have a fucking fun time. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the
Willow.
mission.
Turns towards Willow. Listen, I don't really recommend staying with her because she's trying to do shit. So I'm gonna leave now, but I think you should probably know that she's a fucking shithead, and he leaves.
oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.
And at this point, Laramie starts like tears start welling up in her eyes. And Willow, you can see like she's getting really emotional. And then she like starts blubbering. She just doesn't understand me.
Fucking faker.
So at this point, you're away, right, Atreus?
He doesn't hear anymore.
Okay. So, what's it called? She looks towards Willow and then she starts using the prayer shawl and she goes, You see how he talks to me? I'm here because I wanted to, repay my sins, my mistakes that I've made all this time towards him, but he's just accusing me and
Out of character. Like just Willow is just like, I regret everything.
Probably.
She's kind of like,
Probably. I can imagine that. I can imagine that. So as she's blubbering, the what's it called? The soup is being brought to you guys, and then it's laid in front of you, and the cutlery and the utensils that are given to you is completely different, and it's on a tray. So the temple guard says, if you could help by not touching the tray, that would be very helpful, Miss Dancer.
yeah, I can do that. And I just try and like maneuver my hands to where I can grab the utensils without touching the tray. Just like put them down. Just
You can remove the things from the tray and then like put it back on the tray. That's fine too, because then you wouldn't touch the tray. It's fine. So whatever works for you, as long as you don't touch it. So Laramie at this point is still like dabbing at her crocodile tears, and then she looks at you and she goes, "Well, I guess us girls need to stick together, huh? Boys are stupid. Men are gross. I don't know why I even bothered."
I mean, not all of them. I know a few good dates.
Anyway, do you know if he came with other people or maybe with mounts or with animals? Did you come with animals?
Yeah, I did.
I know that I wanted to ask him if he was willing to, take me with him to Arphaen, but I don't think he will. I was wondering if, maybe you had space on your mount, and I don't know, I just feel connection with you. I feel so comfortable with you,
I'm sorry. My little Pathfinder can really only support me. He's kind of weak.
Pathfinder.
Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, sweet. So sweet. Do you have any idea where they keep them? I need to get out of this place. I need to get out of this place. I can't imagine being here next to him anymore. And then she looks around where Atreus' general direction is.
Do I see her?
Can I look over at Atreus and just mouth just help?
Oh, do I see any of this?
You
I'm
can
staring at
see them talking, and then you finally see Laramie go, him, and then like look away, and then Willow looks at you and smiles. So you see that.
He stopped eating his soup by this point. He just put it down on the ground. When he sees Willow looking at him, he just beckons her to come.
Shoot, out of character and in character. I'm just terrible at social interaction. I do not know how to leave this situation.
It helps because your girl is not familiar with dealing with other people very much as well. It's suitable. It's fine. What you're doing right now, being awkward and all that, it fits. It makes sense. So you're doing great.
Okay.
Is she not coming?
well, I'm gonna just okay, back in character. I'm just trying to figure out how the heck to walk away from this. Like she's very obviously trying to. She's thinking like the gears are turning, and she's just like, I've gotta go bathroom. Be right back. And she hibbity hoppity's up.
Of course. And the moment you stand up, the temple guards come towards you and they say, "Where are you going, Miss Danza?"
Can I like try and whisper to them? Okay, can I say like, I'm gonna go see my friend over there, and I try and gesture my head towards Atreus.
Oh. So when they see him and then they look at you again and they're like, and they nod quickly, so and then they let you go on your own. Just don't touch him, please. No touching.
No touching. It's okay.
Wow, that is very kinky of you.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and take a long way around, just like to the point where I kind of blend in with the crowd and
When
slide over.
Atreus sees that, he like
Just
stands up and starts walking further away. So she just follows.
She has no clue why he's walking away.
He's beckoning as he's going.
Getting you guys to a
Okay.
private area. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, and I'm just gonna follow until we get to somewhere where it's like private.
I mean, if there's a corner or like a tree that they can sneak behind, that'll probably do.
Yeah, there definitely are.
Okay, they're just gonna do that then.
Okay. You're good.
So, hey Willow,
She's insane. She's insane. Oh my god, I regret everything.
listen, you're not wrong there. I can tell you perfectly fine that she is insane. I actually saw her. She was spying on me like a good 20 minutes ago. So, listen. What I can tell you here is that you probably shouldn't listen to anything that she's saying because she's a fucking liar. Like you know those liars that just need to lie. She's that type of person. She just lies without stopping.
Okay. And like, she is clearly stressed because she doesn't know what's happening. Like, how the heck do you deal with someone like that?
I was honestly dealing with her for like a good 2 years, and then I didn't want to deal with them because she fucking they got me into a really bad fucking situation, so I kind of like eat it out.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't trust them. They're she's trying to get me back to her buddies, and I don't really want to go back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, just don't answer anything that she's saying.
But isn't that like mean?
Huh?
Like, if she just asks stuff and I just don't answer, it's kind of rude, right?
Well, I mean, being mean doesn't mean that you're a bad person, really. I mean, it kind of does. It kind of does. Hold on, I did fucking retract my words. Holy shit. It does mean that you're a bad person. Fuck. You just don't answer her directly or tell her what she wants to know.
So, do I like lie?
Oh, and if she mentions anything about a book, tell her that it's in Azrath.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and hope that dinner ends soon because I want to get out of here. This is insane.
I mean, you don't have to go back. You can just stay here with me and just eat the soup until it's finished, and then we can leave.
I didn't bring my soup. I told her I was going to the bathroom, and it'd be weird if yeah.
Oh, I mean, you can just leave then. I mean, you don't have to stay.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should come with you so she doesn't follow again.
I think that'd be good.
Okay, yeah.
She's very, out of character. She's very clearly just on edge. Doesn't know what to do. Just, trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
Very good. Makes total sense. So now the question is, does Atreus go back to you to the table, or are you going to go back alone?
He does not go back to the table.
I'm gonna tell Atreus, okay, just so that it doesn't, seem suspicious. What if, I go first, and then you do? Would that be okay?
Do what?
From our hiding from here. What if I leave first, and then, 5 seconds after, you go or something?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take a deep breath, because just, and then
You got this.
try and put on my best face, and then walk back out.
When you walk back to your table, she's not there anymore. So the table's empty, her bowl's gone, and all that's left is the empty space where she was. And she's nowhere to be seen in the room if you try to look around for her. She's not in the room anymore.
Willow, in her head, is silently cheering. Just social interaction avoided. Let's go!
So she's gone. She's left the room. And that's it for Atreus and Willow. We're going to close there. Reva, the next thing would be going to see the seer, which will happen in the next episode. And at this point, everybody is headed on their own path. By the way, Shin, Grizz opened a portal. Baru opened a portal.
Huh?
You can watch the last hour of this, but I will write a summary about it. Anyway, that's it for our day and for our session. I hope that everybody who did watch and everybody who did stay enjoyed themselves. Really, really happy that everybody contributed and everybody managed to have their scenes and have their moments. That's the most important thing to me. Did you enjoy yourself, Tani?
That was actually really fun. Just being able to, because, I can honestly find a lot of parallels between my character and I.
Yeah.
Specifically on the social side.
That's right.
Because, I myself do not know how to deal with one of those situations.
So,
that is my reaction.
I hope you're not liking that cat lady too much. I hope you're not getting too attached.
That cat lady is gonna be gone.
I don't think anybody likes her though.
I don't even like her. I don't like her at all.
It used to have a thing for her, but not anymore.
PB, are you trying to make her dislikable? She's not even that good at manipulating people.
She's not meant to manipulate people. That's not her job.
She's horrible.
She's horrible at it.
She's so bad.
She's not supposed to be doing this. This is not her work.
Oh, I hope she puts up a fight.
Atreus would know that she's not meant for this. Atlas is more of a manipulator. She's just
Atlas
mentally.
is the smoothest talker that ever
Atlas
existed in
is a
this planet.
smooth talker, but she's just acrobatic, slinking around. She's good at the shadow work, but she's not good when she talks to people. She's fake. She doesn't even know she's fake.
Well, she
Yeah.
won't be fake for long.
The best thing that she's good at is like seducing people,
Yes.
and that's about it.
So she's
But
exotic.
she's gross.
She's
gross
Yeah,
looking.
she is.
Hey, think about it. Rich, fat guys would probably really like it if an exotic cat girl came up to them and like, "Hey, big boy, want to have a go?"
Yeah, which is why I'm killing all of them too.
Wow. All right, Roger that.
I made it clear.
You did though. You did. You made it very clear.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm expanding my list.
So I gave Shock his 3
That was-
hours. I gave Tani her scene. I gave Reva and Shock their chance to talk. I gave Laksha and Laksha and Gordon their chance to talk.
Okay, their chance to talk was really bad timing.
It was.
Not my
But
fault.
can you
Not
imagine,
my fault.
like, two people that prefer to keep their information to themselves, sitting in a very echoey, loud room surrounded by other people, giving that their chance to talk? What are they supposed to talk about?
They talked about liking cat
How
girls.
was the weather?
The echoey, loud room. Don't you think that helps because everyone's talking at the same time?
No, you made it clear that people were quiet.
In that room, yes. Then when you came out, you could talk. That's why Laramie was fine to go to Atreus and everyone could hear him just say the "fuck you" and all that because he raised his voice for that. Yeah, and all this they can hear that. But if you talk normally,
talk to Atlas or something. Fucking idiot, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly, that one they could hear. But they can't hear you if you're talking normally. That's why nobody knows about your plan to go with Laksha. So you're fine. And you will get many, 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 many more chances to talk to him in the next episode, considering that you are going on this secret mission with him. Let's all go on a life-changing trip with Gordon. Oh my gosh.
Protagonist of this and everything.
And then
I barely know her, and I'm happy to kill her. I'm so happy.
And then we have the
such a
chance.
shitbag.
And then we had the scene with Alyssa and Gordon, and they made up, which is great. So very eventful in terms of socially. I'm happy. I hope you guys realize that Arnok is still alive.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I caught that
Very good.
very
Same
quickly.
here. I saw Gordon's expression
I
when he
know.
heard it, and I was like, ooh.
Oh no, yeah.
Wait, did Gordon hear that in character?
Gordon did not hear that in character.
I'm gonna drop him such a bomb when he
Oh
asks.
my gosh, he's gonna be so happy, isn't he?
Looks like I'm taking a trip to Broktov.
I mean, we are eventually gonna go to Broktov to take care of Narilla.
I
But
tell you,
I first want to do something, and that will probably happen in Orias when I get to a blacksmith. I'm gonna have him powder gold, and I'm gonna have him make a gold-coated arrow, so Gordon can shoot her.
Okay, but the
That's
bow that I
very
use
smart.
doesn't use actual arrows anyway. Gordon's
you can
not
ask-
a good He's not a good marksman with actual bows. He's
but he
way
does
more
have
hands-on.
I
The
mean,
ring creates arrows. He can't fire actual arrows. with it.
What if we sprinkle the gold dust on the blade when he goes for the slide?
I don't know.
That would probably work.
I'm sure
Like,
putting an arrow through her face will do the job. I don't think it needs to necessarily be her weakness to kill her.
yeah,
I
but
think that she's just
also-
susceptible to it.
Yeah, she is. But the thing is, she's like way more fucking. What I assume is she's basically allergic to it.
Right, but
Mostly. So she can't fight back.
I don't think she can fight back with an arrow in her forehead either.
Anyway,
True,
boys, you're both beautiful.
Right.
I'm still streaming, so I'm going to say again, thank you to our viewers. Any questions and anything that y'all didn't understand or anything that you found interesting, viewers? This was quite an eventful episode. We have Minnie. Hi, Minnie. Good to have you here. Always nice to see you.
I mean,
Weird Judge, always a pleasure to have him or her.
yeah, we
And
don't know weird judges, but it's lovely to have them.
it always is. It always is. We also have, I think, Bible Thumps. I don't know who Bible Thumps is, but okay. And we had the Commander Root and Silly Gnome. We didn't have Grimmy much today. Kind of sad. But
Oh.
other than that, thank you all for watching. Thank you to the players for playing. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.
Bye.